Taylor Watch.
Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Thursday. Thursday, 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 Thursday. And that's just an original song by us called Thursday. Happy Thursday. How is everybody doing? How's everyone feeling this week? Big week for us, big week for everyone else. We had a big day in the office today. It is, as you guys know, we record on Wednesdays, so this is a Wednesday, and we've got a busy office going on.
Yeah, busy
Dave's
day
here.
today. Dave's here.
Swifty Dave, Peaches, and
Pete.
which, by the way, this is the first office Pete's ever been in, as far as I know. And they've got a busy night ahead of them.
Yeah, very excited for them.
Which is great.
I always love when they make an appearance. Also, they collabed with Olive, which I loved.
Oh my God, you have to go to the
sister's
Chicks
dog.
in the Office Instagram account. They posted the collab of Peaches, Pete, and Olive. And it does seem like Peaches is very territorial over Pete.
For sure.
She they're like cutie, and then there's a little bit of like,
Peaches like, don't
juking
fuck with
them
my
out.
brother. Like,
Yeah,
you touch my brother, I'm going to mess you up.
I'll mess you up.
Yeah.
And I respect that out of Peaches.
Yeah.
So, but they're all doing great. And Mr. and Mrs. Portnoy were here.
Yes.
Who we love.
I've never met them before, so I was a
they're so
little
sweet.
nervous when I was
I've only ever met them at the dozen.
walking up to my desk. I was like, oh my God, Mr. Portnoy. But they're so
They're so
cute.
nice.
Like,
They're the cutest people. They're so sweet.
nice and very sweet. And Mrs. Portnoy was so sweet.
The nicest lady in the world. She had
Yeah.
on floral pants, which I'm obsessed with.
Looking slay.
She was carrying around her tote bag that has a newspaper printed on it that's actually just a hit piece on Dave, which is so fucking funny. Dave
So
also put that
funny.
video out
Yeah, I saw
of
that.
his mom carrying around this bag. Some lady, like a friend of hers, made a bag for her. It's actually a really cool bag. It's got like a newspaper print all over it, but she made it for her to be nice because it had like Dave's face in an article in the paper, and it turns out it was like a New York Times article being like, "You're a piece of shit."
Yeah, it was like something about him like being a pizza guy, but
Yeah.
also like ruining the state of.
But being like the controversial
the
head
pizza
of
guy.
misogynistic head of Barstool Spin. It's like his mom is carrying them around in a purse. It's very funny. The video's
Very
hilarious.
If anything, that's like kind of like iconic slay.
That's kind of
like,
chic.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, she goes, "Oh, I didn't read it." And I was like, exactly. And you don't have time for that either. So good for you.
Yeah, you just carry
Hilarious.
around like a purse with your hit piece on it. I kind of love that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So yeah, big day in the office today. A lot of good vibes, good energy. We like when Dave's in the office. Everyone's on their best behavior.
Yes.
And we are here just riding high off of all of the comments and the praise and the excitement about us bringing the show back. Thank you guys so much for what a response.
Yeah.
More than I could have ever expected.
You know what I did last night after the episode came out or yesterday?
What'd you do?
I poured myself a cold glass of Pink Whitney.
Ooh, girl!
And I sat down on the couch and I said, life is good. Life
As
is
it
good.
should
Yes.
be, as it should be. Of course, Pink Whitney. We would be nowhere without Pink Whitney.
Yes.
Our number one bestie. We're still in talks about the party. I know we're not going to bring it up every time until it's happening. I promise. It's just like the first thing on my mind whenever we talk about it. But yes, especially going into the weekend, make sure you get yourself over to your nearest liquor store and get yourself a little bit of Pink Whitney. Perhaps a 20-shot bucket for
20
you and
shot
your friends.
bucket for the weekend.
Maybe
They
a
got
handle like this.
big handles just in case.
Oh yeah,
you're
we
like,
rescued
Yes,
our
our vinyl.
stuff, our vinyl and our Pink Whitney bottle from the other room.
Thank God. But like we always say, they have a size for every occasion. It's a great drink for any occasion, whether you're out on the beach, at the bar, chilling at home, whatever it is. Pink Whitney is so great, delicious, easy to go down. Pink lemonade flavored vodka. We love it. You guys know it. Take your shot with Pink Whitney.
Woo. More decor in the studio as well. We have gotten some commissioned art from an Etsy artist.
I fucking love Etsy.
I love Etsy too.
Yeah.
So much. I'm constantly on Etsy
I've been
for real.
trying to, like, when I think about something on Amazon that like I want to get, I'm like, let me check Etsy first so I can see if there's like something of that nature that I can get from like a small business.
There almost always is too.
Yeah,
Like I really
100%.
and you know what? I'm actually so pissed because I had speaking of Etsy and Pete and Peaches. I bought Peaches forever ago at the Eras Tour hoodie. I bought one for Pete as well, and it's sitting in my house.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot. I didn't know he was going to come today. Otherwise, I would have brought it in.
Yeah.
Whatever, though. That's all fine.
He'll get it. When's Pete's birthday? Maybe save it for his birthday.
I'll save it for his birthday.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just mail it. I'll mail it.
Yeah.
Regardless, thank you to Midnight Rain, RAINE Designs, for making their watercolor images of Taylor from the Eras Tour. And if you look closely, it's hard to tell because from far away they just look like pictures, but they're so beautiful watercolor, like it's insane. And so this is This is what we're hoping is a loophole. If we're being real, just post some cute things and of Taylor, and it has sparked the idea that if there are any Swifties listening that do art or do Swiftie art or any kind of stuff, decorations, decor, whatever, feel free to send it to us. We'd love to display it if we can. That'd be really fun.
I called dibs on this one. I was like, I want the folklore one.
That's the best one. Although the Enchanted is really
I really like that one.
I love that too.
I actually really like the confetti one too.
The confetti
a lot.
is good too. Yeah,
that
the
was
detail
really pretty.
on the confetti is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's so nice, beautiful stuff. So something fun. If there are artists out there that want to do that, or just send us stuff, we love stuff, and we love stuff. Of course, we love to highlight everybody. So please do.
But as you were saying before, all the messages and all the comments and all the everything, just it really truly means the world to us. And yesterday was just like such a fun rush of energy, and it just got me so excited that everyone was so excited, and it felt good. It felt very, very good to be back. A very warm welcome, which was very appreciated.
Absolutely. And we did have a few audio technical difficulties.
It wouldn't be a Barstool podcast if there wasn't technical difficulties.
Exactly. Yeah. But thankfully, all is up and running now. So hopefully you're hearing this episode in your preferred way and not just on YouTube. So, and if not, if you hear something's wrong, let us know.
Sorry.
Sorry, or let us know. I guarantee we already know. But yes. So all's well. All's well that ends well, as usual.
Of course.
We have voicemails to go through.
Yes.
We have a couple of things that have happened since Monday.
Yep.
And that's that. So we're going to get into all that, which is going to be great. I love the voicemails. We always talk about how much we love our voicemail episodes.
And there
DMs,
could possibly be a Summer I Turned Pretty recap at the end of this episode. I'm just still confused on if it seems like people want us to do it on the Thursday episode. I did a poll.
Oh, did you? I didn't
it's majority Thursday episode.
Oh, good. Okay. So then if everybody's okay, right. If everybody's okay with a later release on Thursday so we can include the recaps, then we'll watch them in the morning. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Where I'm going to post, I made a schedule graphic for the new schedule. It'll be same thing Tuesday, Thursdays, but Thursday's episode will just be out probably around 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Just so we can watch the episode, do a 30 to 40 minute recap, post it, and it'll be ready to go.
Exactly. And so yes, you may at the end of this podcast, well, you will. You'll see it. We're gonna watch the show in the morning Thursday, and then the last bit where we recap the show will be looking different.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. True.
We'll be looking different, and you'll be able to tell. So just stay tuned for that. That'll be at the end. But apart from that, number one news came across our desk. Apparently, Scott Swift quadruple bypass surgery a month ago.
Crazy.
We're just hearing about it. Not sure how this suddenly has come out or why we're talking about it or what's going on, but he seems fine, doing well. Reports are saying he's
doing terrific. I saw. I mean, anytime anything involves with the heart surgery, anything of that nature. I mean, my grandpa had to have a quadruple bypass, and it's just so scary.
It is.
Anything to deal with that. So I'm glad he's all right.
Me too. My grandpa has had a couple as well. No, stents. My grandpa's had stents put in. I don't know. That's not the same.
It was crazy. My grandpa went in for his leg, and they did a full body thing, and they found out that he needed a quadruple bypass. And thank God that he fucking went in for his leg.
It always works out like that, right?
Yeah.
You go in for something, and then it's like, oh, we caught it just in time.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm always hearing stories like that.
I wonder if
which is why I procrastinate the doctor, because I know once I go, either way, I'm gonna get bad news.
Right? That's why the doctor always scares me.
I know, me too. I'm not a fan.
But it says Scott Swift had quintuple bypass.
Sorry,
quintuple. Jeez.
Quintuple. Wasn't it the same as? No, that's 5.
Yeah, that's 5.
Quintuple is
5. Quadruple's 4. Right?
Yeah.
Surgery over a month ago, and his wife Andrea and their kids Taylor and Austin were with him through the entire surgery and recovery process. Taylor's rep also told us the procedure was not the result of a heart attack, and he's feeling just great.
Fabulous. So it sounds like maybe it was a preventative, let's get this fixed before it's a problem.
It says he originally
73, right? He is?
Yes, 73. It says he originally went in for a checkup, and his doctor saw something which led to the surgery.
Wow. Well, thank God. Thank God everybody's fine. Thank God all is good.
Complex. Wow. Quintuple bypass is a procedure used to treat patients who have blockage in the major arteries that feed the heart. Mm-hmm. Blood vessels are taken from another part of the body and transplanted to affected heart vessels to reroute blood flow and bypass the blockages. Yes, 73 years old.
Fabulous.
He's making a strong recovery.
Hell yeah. Sounds like he'll be at the football games.
Yeah, hope so. I
know?
mean, sounds like everything's good and well. That's always such a scary thing, especially like with your
Totally.
parents. And obviously, Andrea's had her health issues too. So
Of
I'm sure it
course.
was a
well,
very...
everyone can relate to that. Everyone
Right.
can relate to your parents, parents going through things like that.
Yeah,
And
as they
when
get older.
Totally. Yeah. And it's quite the, it's a very real or a grounding experience, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Our thoughts are with the Swifts, as they always are. Happy to hear that Scott's doing okay. I'm wondering why. Yeah, like where did this like come from a month later? Like I wonder.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
TMZ reported it first. No
Yeah.
idea. No idea why. What whose bed they're laying in on this one.
Yeah.
TMZ I don't usually
Maybe
trust.
now that he's like doing better and stuff, they're like, oh,
They're like, we might as well put a statement out or something. Yeah.
So
for
people
sure.
don't get nervous or something.
For sure.
Because I feel like with hospitals, even though there is like HIPAA and stuff, like stuff gets out sometimes. I feel
Absolutely.
like oh, I saw blah 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 at the hospital. Like even
Totally.
when Kylie Jenner gave birth, like everyone knew because like people were saying that they saw her.
People were saying they saw her. Nurses and techs and stuff get paid off and whatever.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah.
I could totally see. But yeah, from where I sit, I didn't hear one whisper. of this. So
No.
who knows? All we know is that all seems to be going well.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Slay
Slay,
to
major
Scott
slay.
Swift.
More, continue to slay the day away, Scott
yes.
Swift.
And where your
Sasha, you stay.
Yeah. And wear your Chiefs lanyard with pride.
Yes.
And your Chiefs hat and your Chiefs jacket.
Get all that stuff going.
Yeah.
It's great. Also in the kind of in the news, some what we believe to be false information. There was some outlet that I had never heard of. Are they legitimate? I don't even know.
I've never heard of
It's
them
like hits.
either.
What
And
the
I was
fuck?
gonna look
Oh
it
my God,
up
it's
and be like,
222.
it's
We are
always
always
at
hitting that.
222. Hits Daily Double is what this news outlet is called.
Which like what?
And they posted this article, and in the article it says, what's more, seismic rumblings of a new Taylor set keep the Republic team as aggressive as ever. And then they changed
Republic,
it.
the
Republic Records, right?
Records, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they changed it to Justin's new giant adds another rocket to the Lippmann's global arsenal, which already features monsters Drake, Morgan, Post Malone, and the left field phenomenon K-pop Demon Hunters at the top of the streaming charts. And there's always Taylor.
Yeah, it's a weird
it's a weird edit, like
a weird thing. Well, you know what though is I feel like a lot of people who report on music news or just news in general, if they're not clued in to the fandom, or if they're just saying something offhand like, "Ooh, rumors about her new new album," that could have, he could have saw a tweet of her at Electric Lady Studios and been like, "Oh, seismic," whatever, because people online were freaking out about it. But if you are a relatively credible source, you can't just like casually say shit like that. Like that's, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean seismic movements about Taylor Swift? What? Like, you can't say that.
Hits Daily Double is an American-based music industry publication. I mean, it's been in print magazine since 1986.
Who's their like
Lenny
parent company?
Beer and Dennis Laventhal.
Interesting.
Never heard of these people.
Say it again.
It became the most successful tip sheet in the music world by 1997. So.
Say the name of the thing again.
Hits Daily Double.
Hits Daily Double. Sorry, I cannot remember it.
So crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm
trying to see if they belong to like a bigger company,
Right. Here's the thing, though.
Oh, it's Hits Magazine. Now that I'm thinking about it, it does seem a little. This is
sketch or
no.
legit?
This is familiar to me somehow, but premiered in 2000.
I've honestly never heard of this before. I've never even heard of Hits. But you know what? I will say, I can't even like poo-poo these sources now, because the first person to come out with Taylor and Travis being together was The Messenger.
Was that random?
No one knows who The Messenger is.
That is so true.
So it's like, okay, Hits Daily Double, like I'll keep an eye peeled for you.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Totally. And that is a very valid argument. Yeah. I would say that I would have, if it stayed like that, I would maybe think it. But the change up makes me think that someone was like, hey, you can't, what's going on here?
Yeah, I know.
You can't be spreading misinformation.
I wonder if, Tree or someone had to call him up.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe the team or whatever got blessed, by the way.
Thank you.
Wow.
Big sneeze.
In this Wikipedia says the rumor mill column described as music industry news and innuendo has been widely read within the music business since the magazine's launch, which I assume that this is coming from.
Right.
So it sounds a little bit to me like a mix between like blind items and speculation and word of mouth, whispers, and that's how they're reporting this information. So take everything with a grain of salt. If they were, I don't know why they would have edited that. Maybe their editor said something. Maybe, it seems like extreme for the team to reach out and be like, take that down.
Yeah,
but
it seems like maybe they just like worded it wrong. Like what they were trying to say was like, there's so many people on the charts right now, but like keep in mind that Taylor Swift is always around.
And she'll always, she might drop an album surprisingly. Like they're not saying like an album is imminent.
But they tried to like word it as if they knew that there was something going on.
It was misleading for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's that. But no,
hey, I mean, it was exciting for like the 5 seconds that it was there. I was like, ooh, oh my God.
Completely. I got excited for a sec, but then I was like, wait, who are these people?
Right.
That's always my thing. And then there was another rumor, because I say rumor because a lot of people in the replies are like, this is fake. People were saying, according to insiders, Taylor Swift is shooting a music video in London recently. Yeah. And it's like, okay, what? Like, I don't know.
But it's like, who's the
Sounds
insider? Fake. Like, poo-poo? Like, who's, you know what I mean?
Who's it, me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, the insider is, source is trust me. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Wait. I just saw the funniest tweet. I don't know if I can say it. I'm gonna skip it. I'm not even gonna say it. I'll say it to you later. It has to do it. It's in poor taste. The tweet, not about Taylor, but it's very funny. People are like insider, their imagination.
Yeah, insider Inez, insider source Becky.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Right, stuff like that.
But source the voices in your head.
This is mean to the people. Can I say that? No way. Right? Okay. I just need to
people are fucking crazy online. Like literally, what is wrong with people?
Just really
they
find
funny.
The most niche things and they just like pop off. Anyway, so yeah, sounds like a crock of shit all around. And
anytime they're just like these random like Taylor Swift accounts, like I feel like they always just do it just to like fuck with people.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that is a thing that you have to watch out for in the media space, is people just fucking around. Mm-hmm. Also people, and I'm always saying this because I feel like people don't know or they don't know enough, but people, especially on Twitter and X, will tweet stuff because the more engagement you get, you can get paid for it.
Yeah.
Always have to remind people of that.
Yeah.
Lastly, on our little list of things that have happened since Monday, we had another little statement come out, actually in a USA Today article.
Shout out.
Our besties over there, talking again about Lena Dunham being able to use Bigger Than the Whole Sky inside of her show Too Much. And the quote was that Taylor Swift personally chose the song for the key scene, which we're not going to detail because it is at the end and it's like kind of it's not a spoiler, but it is, it says she watched the sequence and so did her brother Austin Love, who is amazing and does all of her music placements. So she said, actually, I think I know what should be here, and put in Bigger Than the Whole Sky. And I'll tell you, it really does fit well. Like it's a good.
I mean, I can assume like what happens based off the song.
So it's a little bit like that, but not quite. It's not so nail on the head.
Okay,
but it makes total sense.
Yeah.
And when it starts playing, you're like, wow. You know what I mean? It's one of those moments of like, oh shit.
I think
it's
Austin's job is my dream job.
It
like
sounds
watch
so
a movie
fun.
scene or a TV show scene and just pick a Taylor Swift song that matches perfectly. Like literally talk about a dream job.
Absolutely.
And I just can't imagine like making a scene so like profound and beautiful and like that Taylor like wants to put her music behind it, you know what I mean, that it speaks to her so much.
Of course. And music is such a huge,
vital,
a huge influence / impact on scenes that you see in movies. Like, whenever you see I really want to go so badly to one of those things, specifically Harry Potter, where they have the orchestra.
Oh, I did that.
You did?
Yes.
Where? For Harry Potter?
I thought you were the one that gave me the tickets.
Oh no. That was sorry. I didn't even finish my thought. Oh. Or I forgot to finish my thought. Yes, we went to the candlelight sessions where it was like a string band playing Taylor Swift songs.
Oh, but you're saying like the live
when they play
orchestras.
The score along with the movie.
Yes,
which is like the craziest shit. So like they'll the videos I'm always seeing. It's like the moment at where Dumbledore's like all this time and Snape's like always, and then it crescendos and the full orchestra's playing and it's like a whole thing. I would love to see that for like a big movie. Yeah. And if a Taylor Swift song was in there, that'd be a plus. But
Hans Zimmer I did see
Oh,
live.
yeah,
and
that's right.
He should. I wonder
Did
if
you
like
see Hans Zimmer like in Europe? Or
yeah, I
something?
saw him once in Switzerland, and then I
Yeah.
saw him at MSG like a couple months ago, like last summer I think.
Right. I remember you guys going. Your whole family went, right? Or your dad maybe?
No, I went with my whole family the first time, and
Yeah.
then just JB and Francesca the second time.
Right.
But I wonder if he has like copyright issues too, because I wonder if he like isn't allowed to play the movies that he writes the songs to. You would think he would be,
so
because he
true.
doesn't like play the movie in the background like you would think he does, but it's kind of like just like, you know, sand, so like, you know, it's Dune, or like jungle, so you know it's Lion King now. Like it's not with the movies playing in the background, but it still hits pretty hard.
Well, I would definitely think it would still hit hard.
Yeah.
Well, true. And for him, it's like you wouldn't. It definitely is like a specific thing where it's like you go, you watch the movie, and then like they just play along with it. Like that would be like if I would be going to see Hans Zimmer like play the music from the movies, not so much watch the movie with him playing it along.
Right.
He's so talented, Hans.
Oh,
Obviously,
love
but
him.
what was I going to say about something about music? Oh, Austin's job.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about when I saw that quote, I was thinking about like how fun also to have that dynamic with your brother. And like I have a younger brother who in my head I was like, oh, if I were a pop star, like my brother would be so good at putting my songs in movies. Like I would trust him implicitly.
For sure.
It'd be so fun. And I just think that is such a sweet like bonding thing that they get to do, because again, like, you know, of course, Austin's been around her whole life and knows everything about her music, everything about her and how she, you know, operates and how she would feel about certain things and whatever. So it's like you never have to worry about him putting a song in a movie that she wouldn't necessarily like want it to be there for or something like that. You know,
and
it's
I'm
just like that trust is so nice.
It's like a unique perspective too, like a different perspective through your music, which I think is nice because like it gives like a new eye for sure. And yeah, I'm like you said, like I just literally dream job. I would die for that.
So
it's
good.
just so fun and so
Such a fun
good. I
thing.
mean, I always talk about the Heartstopper scene. That's like one of my favorite scenes, and I just like can't imagine any other like songs being used. But speaking of that, they're using "You're Losing Me" in the first episode of "The Summer I Turned Pretty."
No, shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cry my eyes out.
I
Are
know.
you kidding me?
I'm like not ready
I can't
for
really
it
listen to that
all.
song. Like I have that song right now is on the list of songs I can't listen to because I get too sad.
No, it's probably also like one of the most like not forgotten songs, but like because it was like added onto the CD.
Well, she put it out on the low.
Yeah.
Like it was like you can only hear the song if you buy it at MetLife
Yeah,
night
at
one.
the CD. and then it was like, okay, now we're gonna like put it on like Midnight's, like the 7th version of Midnight's. Like so it's
8 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always feel like it's kind of like the forgotten sad song almost, but it is such a fucking gut wrenching
It's almost
song.
the saddest song.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's truly so sad. You say I don't understand and I say I know you don't. Like that is just the way that it starts is so, you know, and it's that kind of sad song where you're sad and also frustrated by the situation where you're like, what the fuck? Like of course, like we're just not seeing eye to eye on these things, or like you just don't get it. Is basically like you're losing me. Stop it. No, same. I'm like
I have
dying.
the chills thinking about this being in
so
the
good.
episode.
That's nuts. I can't wait.
And it's kind of crazy that it's gonna be in episode 1 because if I think it's gonna be used in the way that I think it is, we're starting off hot.
I hope to God.
Oh
my God, I can't wait. I might stay up till 3 a.m.
This is like this
I'm
is
like thinking about
more
it.
important to me than. Like, this is up there with, like, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl for me. Like, this is, like, really big. I am in love with this show. Like, I just seriously cannot wait. And then when this came out, I was like, okay, like, they're starting off hot. They're not letting us take a rest. But I'm ready. I'm so ready.
I'm so pumped up about the show in general, and also just to finally know what you're talking about, because I did not go back and read. I was instructed not to.
Good.
So it would be a surprise, and I'll read I got a hair behind me. I'll read the books after the fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've gone this far with show only, and it's like I want to see how it plays out, because
honestly, it's
from
really
my standpoint, you know, and again later in this episode we'll talk about it. From my standpoint, I still love Jeremiah, and everyone's like, shut your mouth, and I'm like, I gotta know.
No, I'm happy.
Not just you, everybody's saying.
Right. I'm happy that you're Team Jeremiah, because then at least we have like some contrasts for our recaps.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which will be good. And then when it'll eventually everyone's telling me it's all gonna come crashing down.
Right.
Bring up my brother again. I was texting with him about it. I got him on the show. He didn't even know. he like it could totally bypassed him, the show.
Oh.
And I did the rewatch like a few weeks ago or whatever, months ago, and I was like, oh, Sam, you gotta watch this. And he was like, oh, what's that show? I never even heard. I'm like, how have you never even heard of this?
Under a rock?
It's hilarious how people can just be in totally different spheres.
Yeah.
But then he watched it and loved it. He's very into that kind of stuff. So he'll be pumped as well. But he was texting me being like, I just don't know how things can go wrong with Jeremiah. Like, it has to be the worst thing that's ever happened to get me off his team. And I was like, same. So it sounds like it might be.
I'm
excited. I'm excited.
I just can't. I'll never understand. But yeah, I think you'll see my side more as the episode goes on. But yeah, we'll talk about it later in the episode.
Totally. So pumped up.
But yeah, very excited. Anytime any Taylor music is used in a TV show or movie, there's like a 40% more chance I'll be watching.
What? This is a question maybe that we should think on.
Ooh.
But what if you were to have like what song of Taylor's would you want to work in a movie? Say you were we're writing a movie, right?
Ooh.
We each are writing a movie for ourselves. Doesn't matter really what it's about.
Right.
Is there a Taylor song where you're like, I want to put that in a movie? It doesn't matter what kind of movie it is.
My first thought was Cowboy Like Me.
Well, of course, your fave.
Yeah.
The Lakes, obviously for me, my fave.
Because I feel like that could be so good and like.
Maybe we'll do a little homework on that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come up with a fake movie and then show
around the song.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I kind of love that.
Me too.
Okay, slay.
Cool. Homework next week. Fake movie with a song.
Yeah.
I just think that'd be what a fun, right? Like you said, fun job for Austin. Fun thing to be able to do, and that I feel probably is something like a part of Taylor's job that's fun as well. Being like, oh my God, I love to be able to share this with the masses in this way, you know?
Well, I mean, we always talk about it, like how she needs to do like a Mamma Mia of her music. Just pick one album and make a whole movie based off that album.
Yes.
And I would do any of the albums. I don't care which one.
Me neither, but I hope it's folklore.
Yeah, folklore.
But we need some from other albums too. Like we need it all. Oh, wait, back to, I meant to say this before. List of Taylor songs that are a little too sad to listen to. Obviously, Soon You'll Get Better, everyone knows.
Yeah. Bigger Than the Whole Sky.
Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Most of the time, can't listen to that. You're Losing Me. And then I realized, because I was starting to get worried about the fact that I don't really, off the top of my head, know all of the songs for what is the song? I'm have blocked it so far out of my brain for July 9th or whatever.
Oh, Last Kiss.
Last Kiss.
Yeah.
Song I love. This year I went to go listen to it and I was having a hard time like remembering the words, and I thought maybe I was gonna have to go to the hospital like that girl. But then I was like, wait, no, because as it started playing more, I was like, oh wait, no, I know all these words. And then I started singing them and I started sobbing. Yeah. And I was like, oh wait, this must be why.
No,
I'm protecting my own brain from something. Like I forgot how gut-wrenching that song is.
I'll watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep, and I feel you forget me like I used to feel you breathe.
No.
Is like one of the saddest lines.
No,
look at
my whole body,
like. And the fact that she was like,
asking,
what, 20-ish when she wrote that? Like,
I'm literally going to start crying. I can't even say the word. I'm asking all our friends how you've been.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
I'll keep up with our old friends just to ask them how you are. Hope it's nice where you are. And I hope the sun shines and it's a beautiful day and something reminds you wish you had stayed. You can plan for a change in the weather and time, but I never planned on you changing your mind. That pen was literally on fire when she was writing that shit. Like,
it's sick, but I feel like I didn't get to... I never give it the shine it deserves on July 9th. And I've this year discovered why. Yeah. Something must have happened to me.
That's a really sad song.
Super sad.
Super sad song to listen to. And
Beautiful
it's crazy that she wrote that song about Joe Jonas and like they dated for like 20 days or something. Like,
listen,
not 20. I think they dated for like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
But like
still though.
But it's so funny how you can write like the most gut-wrenching fucking dramatic song over like your 18-year-old boyfriend.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Oh, I would say almost exclusively.
Oh, totally.
I care way more about those
because
situations.
You're so much your emotions are so heightened and you know, you
and
feel
you
things
you haven't been beaten down.
Yeah, right,
you know?
right.
Totally.
Oh. Did you ever read The Love Hypothesis?
No.
Really good book, but Lily Reinhart's going to star in the film adaptation of it.
Oh, you know what? I just saw that clip, but I didn't know what that was about. I didn't know it was a book.
Yeah, really
I
cute
love
book.
Lily Reinhart.
Me too.
Good for her. Getting paid. Hell yeah, girl.
Yeah, love that.
People have been talking about Riverdale a lot lately for some reason. Like it keeps coming across my desk.
Cult
my
classic.
Timeline. Yeah, it is a cult classic. But people, oh, you know why? Because what's a ridiculous show that just came out about like is there like a ridiculous like soap opera? Oh, sorry. We Were Liars. So I just finished We Were Liars. I won't give. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, you watched it. Oh, okay.
Well, I watched it right when it came out. No, I won't spoil, but like, I mean, the book's been out for like 15 years. Yeah, but
it's a book.
Yeah.
But go watch the show. It's on Amazon, and it just has a crazy twist that I didn't expect, and I couldn't believe. Like, I was like, this.
The twist is like probably one of the most fucked up things.
It's so fucked up, Gia, because as soon as the twist happened, I started crying and I didn't stop throughout the end of the whole rest of the episode.
I didn't like the show until like the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, same.
Because I was like, oh my God, the main, I like that main girl.
Yeah.
The girl who played Cadence, but like the dialogue that they gave her was fucking awful.
She's not as stupid.
Yeah.
I agree.
She's like, Gat is coffee and hot sun on your cheek.
It's
like,
it was like
okay,
it was like
there's
AI.
just no need for the dramatic.
I wish like Gat, the way she says Gat is kind of, I don't know, maybe because Gat has become like a TikTok thing people say. Gat, you know? So every time she said it, I was like, this sounds unnatural somehow. Like, you're saying his name, but it sounds weird the way you're saying it.
The whole time you're thinking, yeah.
No, like literally couldn't stop. Like, every time, the way she said it sounded like that. Nobody else, just her. Everybody else said his name the way it's supposed to be said. Yeah. She said it in like TikTok language. And I was like, wait, what? And then, it was just the whole thing. But anyway, watch it because the twist, it's really fucked me up. And I was sobbing my eyes out. Like my eyes were swollen this morning. I was crying so hard. It was crazy.
Really, really good show. We Were Liars on Amazon.
People were talking about, back to the Riverdale of it all, which is why I was even talking about it, is because the show does have like it has a young adult feel where it's like silly. Like there are parts of it that are like, oh, this is dramatic on purpose, or this is whatever. Similar to Riverdale. Yeah. Which is also like that. Yeah. Anyway, that was it. Sorry,
a lot of absurdities.
Sorry for that long-winded.
No, oh my God.
I got bored of my own conversation halfway through that, so I apologize in advance.
Oh my God.
As far as we can tell, everything else is fine online. Yeah.
Oh wait, you want to know one thing I actually wanted to bring up that I forgot to talk about on Monday for Tuesday's episode. The Speak Now 2-year anniversary merch drop. Did you see that?
Wait, when you said I was marked safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the ugliest
I didn't see it.
merch drop in a while.
I didn't even know that it was happening.
To the point where I was like, are they okay? Like, what is going on here? I wonder if it's still up. I doubt it because it was like the 2-year anniversary like thing. Yeah, no, it's not. But there was a backpack on there for like $80, and it was like the ugliest backpack I've ever seen in my life. It was like plaid. Yeah, like now it's being sold for $230 on Poshmark. That's crazy.
See, you know what though? Like we think that backpack's ugly. That would be perfect for a middle school girl.
No, you're so right.
That middle school girl walking into school with the Speak Now backpack, that would be me. Like if I needed that backpack.
Okay, yeah.
With the charms on it, like that's for kids.
For sure.
And that's pretty cute for kids.
But like, I don't know. Everything else was just ugly. Like
if you came in with that Speak Now backpack, I would be like, Gia, we gotta have a conversation.
So funny.
That's for children.
Like it's. Yeah, it is definitely for children. And sorry to all the children out there that bought that backpack. I'm so sorry to
it's all the millennial moms that bought them for their daughters probably.
Some like
and
cute
sons.
Little girls probably like, oh shit, like my backpack.
Yeah. No,
my new backpack for 6th grade.
I bet exactly. Yeah. I bet she's running around the house. She's so excited that she got it before it sold out.
Yes. Okay, I take back what I said about the backpack.
But it is true though that everybody online was being like, oh, moving right along. From the Speak Now anniversary.
It just was not. And she's been on such a good run with all the merch that I was like kind of excited because I really like that Speak Now shirt that I have where it's like the castle and the dragon and stuff and it just says like I had the time of my life fighting dragons with you, like subtle. Oh, I think cute.
Do we have the same shirt? It's like a baby tee.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the same one. Yeah. It's cream.
Yeah. I love that one. So I was hoping maybe there would be something like that of that nature, but no, it was like a really ugly pajama set. An ugly shirt and then the backpack.
They're getting rid of stuff. They're getting rid of stuff on the back end, They're making room in the warehouse for like TS12 merch.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was,
Kidding,
they're like, Speak Now.
Yeah.
Who cares about Taylor's versions anymore?
And we, the thing about Speak Now too is like we already had the Speak Now re-release, and so we had like a round of merch again for Speak Now. So it's like a 3rd round of merch for the anniversary. Do we need it? Not really.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was only like 4 things too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Maybe they just wanted to celebrate the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
Might as well. I really love the new, I think we might have talked about this on the last episode, but I really like the merch that was being sold. I don't know if it's still out, the summer collection or whatever.
Yeah.
That looks a lot like that Whiskey Active brand, WISKII. Famously, the activewear like zipper front dress that she's wearing in the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video.
Yeah.
That's the same brand, and it's a brand I love. I have a couple other things actually on the way from them, but all of the merch looks a lot like their stuff. Like it's all very similar.
Yeah.
And because Taylor was wearing that thing, I wonder if like she was like, I love all this stuff. Let's make merch like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, did you
in
see
my
that?
head, that's how it goes
Did you
down.
see that people thought that she was wearing the button-down shirt?
Oh yeah, her own merch at lunch in Cleveland or whatever.
Yeah, in Ohio. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, which is so funny. But I did really like the summer drop too.
I bought the Oxford, like the white Oxford with like the thing on it. It's
with the
perfect
birds?
for the beach. No, it's got like crest.
yeah, that one's cute with the crest.
It's so good for the beach.
I really like that one. I got the striped shorts.
Cute.
And the Cowboy Like Me hat, obviously.
Of course. So cute. So fun. Love.
I didn't realize that the checker game towel came with checker pieces too.
You know, I saw, is it still available online?
Yeah.
It's sold out. Well,
like I kind of want to buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna order it right now. Because I almost bought it and then I went, no, I have enough towels, but do I? No.
Yeah.
And
it's cool that it comes with like the little checker pieces.
So yeah,
too.
I saw somebody who's running around with that towel. Someone made a video with that towel somewhere. I don't know where I saw it. It may have been in my DMs. It may have been like a weird. I just have no idea. But they were playing chess on it with chess pieces. And I thought like, oh, they were at a pool. Somebody must have had like big chess pieces checkers pieces. I had no idea it came with.
Yeah, that must be so fun. Like I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, I would have bought that if I knew at the time.
Checker game towel. Oh yeah, duh, look.
Yeah,
it's in the side.
I thought that was just like a water bottle that they were like holding or something. But yeah,
buying it immediately.
Very smart merch drop for that one, for the summer one. I really like that one.
Hope it comes in time for me to go to the beach. Anyway, so that's that. That's us. That's us buying merch live on air.
Yeah.
Shall we hear from the people?
Let's jump into it.
Woohoo!
Okay. A lot of voicemails,
so
telling us that they're very happy that we're back
and
all that stuff. I picked a few, but I couldn't do like all of them. But
thank you to everybody who did that anyway.
Yes,
we
thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Gia. This is Haley. Welcome back.
Haley.
God, it feels so nice to hear your guys' voice on Tuesdays and on Thursdays. I am really happy. I literally cried and told my friends. And we had to bring out the pink Whitney that my friend purposely had because she said one day, we might want to drink this. And
I have chills.
Today's the day, and we did. We toast to you guys. So excited to have you back. A lot has happened. Between Taylor getting her master's back, her and Trav at the wedding, in Nashville, at the hockey game. A lot of stuff has happened. And I kept thinking about you guys the whole time because I was like, where's Kelly and Gia when you need them? We have to hear their opinions, obviously. But
everyone's dying.
I'm so happy you guys are back, and I can't wait to hear more episodes. Love the new logo. Love it so much. I approve of it.
I was worried.
It's so cute and wonderful and so Taylor Swift themed. But yeah, I just wanted to call and say I'm so happy you guys are back. So excited. Can't wait to hear the new episode on Thursday. Love you, girls. Bye.
Love you.
Thanks,
Thank
Haley.
you, Queen.
How sweet. Oh my
Yes.
God, so nice. This is compliments. They'll just make me tear up.
It just
I'll
makes
cry.
me feel so much better.
Fantastic. I love that. Cheers to us via Pink Whitney or with Pink Whitney.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, one more. That's like.
Yeah, Kelly, I'm so happy you're back. My Tuesday and Thursday podcast rotation has had a huge hole in it. And listen, I am a work from home second shift mom. I need those podcasts to keep me sane. So I have been going so crazy without you, and I just had to call and say that I'm so happy you're back. I cried just listening to this episode, like, the whole time. You weren't even talking about emotional stuff, but it's just like every 20 minutes, I had my nose started hurting and a little tear just right there on the edge because I was like, I'm just so happy the girlies are back.
Oh my God. Thank you.
That's all I wanted to say. I'm so happy you're back. This is Katie from Virginia, by the way.
Thanks, Katie.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Katie. Oh my God, so sweet. Oh, the scream. Literally us.
No,
like literally us. Wow.
That was us when we found out we could come back.
That was us then. That was us when we were recording. It's been every time I see, like, every time we post anything and everyone's excited, I do the same thing. I'm like,
yeah.
It's just so nice. Thank you so much, Katie.
Yeah, thanks, Queen.
Hey girlies, what's up? It is Solo Swifty Brenda here, and I'm sitting here at work just thinking to myself, envisioning y'all in the studio today, making our podcast for tomorrow, and just you guys with your coffees and your Taylor Swift merch, and so excited to be back at it, and I cannot wait for the episode tomorrow and what y'all have to say, catching us up on everything. I do want to hear about Kelly's Beyonce concert experience. I know it was a while ago, but I'd love to hear what happened there. Catch us up on your 4th of July plans that y'all have. I know it's only been like 6 weeks, but I feel like you guys have been gone for forever, and I miss you, and I'm so glad to see your faces tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Much love to both of you. Bye.
Oh my God, wait. Yeah. We didn't talk about ourselves at all.
Wait, oh my God, us not
did
talking
we
about
forget
ourselves?
to talk about ourselves?
Shit, that's
The
so
hell
unlike
has
us.
also frozen over.
Yeah,
Breaking
oh my God.
news. That's crazy.
Yeah.
She's right though. I forgot we did a lot of stuff. We were in Europe.
Yeah.
I was at the dozen. Lost.
My God.
Lost bad.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell happened with that?
Dude.
You
All right,
don't
yes,
have
let's
good-
roll it
your
back.
teammates. Okay,
Yeah, let's roll all the way back.
That was so the pod ended
June
got
4th
canceled
was our
June
final
4th.
episode. That's
so
when
like
our final episode went out.
all the month of June, I didn't really do anything besides just mope around and
Literally
be sad.
Literally
yeah.
same.
And then you guys left to go to the dozen, and I was here waiting for you to come back.
Exactly. At one point, Gia was like, "Miss you," and like, while I was in the dozen, I was like, "Gia is down bad." This is. We were gone for like 2 days.
Yeah, I know. I was so
It was
alone.
so real. It was like it's a strange time when we do the dozen because we do it in Chicago normally because they have the big basketball court. We can set up a big set for it.
Yeah.
And but it is always an interesting time because like 15 people like usually come in and then the rest of the people are already in Chicago, but it is kind of like one of those things where we're all in the same hotel and we're all like trying to go to dinner and whatever. I was at a group dinner every fucking night that week.
I
And I like a group dinner because I love to gossip and I like to be included and I like to be invited and I have FOMO bad, so I'll never say no. But holy shit. Even your sister one night was like, I gotta spend a night to myself. And I was like, I probably should do the same.
Yeah,
but no,
honestly.
I'm addicted to steakhouses with the boys, I guess. I'm just always worried that like I'm gonna miss something.
Well, of course, and like you don't want them to talk about you behind your back, so it's
Never.
like, I'm gonna be there, so you guys can't talk about me.
I feel like the girl on the golf course, where it's like
yeah,
all the
yeah,
business gets done on the golf course. And so it's like I gotta go to these dinners. All the business gets done at these dinners.
Right, that's so funny.
Which is crazy.
I
That's
did have
just-
FOMO this year
Yeah.
from the tournament because my team sucked, but what are you gonna do?
It was, and well, so did mine. We lost, but so
At least
yes,
you made it.
Made it into the tournament. Lost both games. We were close on one of them, not so close on the other. So, but it was nice to get out there and see everybody. Obviously, see our bestie Jeffy Lowe. Always nice to see him.
The final is always fun, like the event of like
the live finale,
like the
which this time they
championship, should I say?
Yes, this time they didn't. Oh, which congratulations to Fran and the
Oh,
experts.
yeah, congrats.
Fran, first championship win.
Yes,
for that
crazy,
team.
and they're like the OG dozen team,
Yes.
and she won MVP.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah,
Let's
a win
go.
for women.
Huge win for women,
Yeah.
especially over Brandon Walker not getting MVP. So fucking funny.
Such
that was
a huge,
hilarious. Poor
that
Brandon
was
Walker.
hilarious.
So funny.
I love it.
Me too. But so yeah, so we had the dozen. It was cool. Beyonce was amazing. I guess I didn't get to talk about Beyonce. She put on such a fantastic show, and I knew she'd put on a good show, and I knew it would be amazing. But in my head, I don't know. I just was like, I'm not sure what to expect, and it was unbelievable. Her voice is insane. She's so beautiful. Like I feel like anytime we go to a concert, we always come out of it being like, wow, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, Beyonce is like She doesn't
like
even look
a
real.
goddess.
She doesn't even
Yeah.
look real. It's crazy. The moment where she brings out Blue and Rumi was extremely sweet.
So
My friend
cute.
Andrea, new mom, she's crying because she's got a 1-year-old, and so it's like the protector. She sings,
I love
and
that
it's obviously
song.
all about that. So sweet.
Did it make you like Cowboy Carter a little bit more?
Yes and no. I would say that I enjoyed every song. I didn't know the words to some of them, but she also kind of mixed in a lot of hits too, which was great for me because I was more excited about that if I'm being so real. But no, the Cowboy Carter songs were great. And then what's the one? 16 Carriages, where
Love
she
that
goes
song.
out on the
Ride
on
away while I watch them ride on a
There you go. I was gonna try to sing, but I realized I don't know the words except besides
19
16 carriages
driving away while I watch them ride on a cloudy day. I'm making the words.
There you go.
On a summer sunset on a lonely night.
I don't even know.
So good.
But it hit really hard,
Yeah.
and she was still in the car. I don't know if she stopped doing the car since she had that malfunction. Did
Yeah,
you see that?
yeah, I
She
did
stopped
see
doing
that.
it?
I don't know if she stopped doing it, but I did see the video of her when it like started to tilt.
Yes, it was really scary.
She sounded really scared.
It looked really scary.
Yeah.
It was very, and I can't believe she was still singing. Well, she's such a professional,
She is
It's like
very.
she's still gonna keep the show going.
Yeah.
But holy shit, that was scary. And it was, to be honest, scary when she did it. Like it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Like, to watch it because you're like, oh god, is that car gonna fall? Because it's a big. It's like
fucking-
it's a real car.
Yeah.
Suspended in the air, and she's sitting in it basically, and she's got like a seatbelt.
Yeah.
But that's basically it.
like one string fucking snaps.
Oof, and that's literally what happened. And she was tilted, and they had to bring her down. It
So
all
crazy.
worked out. So I'm sure they've had to do practice runs if something goes wrong, what happens and whatever.
Yeah.
Safety protocol, etc. But damn, it was scary. To see those videos, but no, in person it was outrageous, and I got really lucky. It was that week where it was crazy rain in New York City, and Fran went the night before me.
Yeah.
and had to wear a poncho, crazy rain, whole thing, and I had beautiful skies. I got to see the moon while Beyonce was performing, so that was fucking
perfect.
crazy. Like it was really, I got lucky in that way.
Yay.
New Jersey Transit coming home though, not so much.
No,
that
that's
was
the
That was a
worst.
horrifying.
There's nothing worse than
experience.
coming home from MetLife. Like there's
Horrible.
literally nothing worse.
Horrible.
It's the same with Taylor too.
experience.
Like that was like just an absolute nightmare getting out of that place.
Here's a question for you. I have a memory of leaving Taylor on the train with Fran the first time at MetLife. Well,
Yeah.
the only time I went. And from my memory, we got on the train and it took us all the way right into Penn Station.
Oh.
But then Beyonce, you had to switch at Secaucus.
Yeah.
But I don't remember switching at Secaucus with Fran.
Maybe they had like a special like Eras Tour
Maybe.
exclusive.
It must have been. Because when I had to do it for Beyonce,
Yeah,
I was like,
that's-
wait a sec. No, this isn't as easy as I remembered it.
Yeah.
being. Otherwise, I would have said, let's Uber out of here. You know?
I forget where I saw someone at I want to say it was Taylor, but I don't remember taking the train home. Maybe I did with Madeline.
Yeah, that would.
No, we took a cab home.
And
Second
also,
night too.
when you went with your friends, you took a car back to
Yeah,
Chatham,
we
right?
took a
Or-
sketchy
yeah.
limo. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. That
No,
trip
it's
home
really not.
from MetLife if you're local and you know.
Mm.
But yeah, so there's that. What else? How about our Euro trips?
Oh, just so fabulous.
How
I mean,
was TJ with the family?
he was really good.
It
Thank
looked
God.
like it.
Yeah,
it looked like
he
it.
is just like so
Just good to know.
chill, and he doesn't like push or like try to do anything. Like he's just like, I'm very go with the flow. So it's nice because like my family, like we're very much like we plan the day but on the day. We're
Sure.
not, or like the night of. We're like, oh, let's do this tomorrow, or whatever. We're not
For
like
sure.
here's a set itinerary, blah blah blah. We're mostly like, where are we eating, and then let's plan around.
Especially because you
other than
guys
that.
you guys go there often.
Yes,
It's not like
yeah,
it's your
yeah.
first time.
So I was nervous that like I'd not like be annoying, but like I don't know, just be like super touristy and like
Sure, and want to
just
do like
seem like out of it and like like want to do like touristy stuff. I don't know, but he was just so chill, and we did do like I don't know, quote unquote touristy stuff, but like everything's touristy when you're
You
there.
showed him
you
the
know what I mean?
sights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Like we did all the main things. We did like a boat day together, and it was super nice because
so cute.
during the day, like we spent like the whole day together, just me and him mostly, and then like at night we'd meet up like with my parents and my family.
That's really nice.
And he's the same age as JB, who's my brother,
Mm-hmm.
so they get along super well. They are interested in the same stuff,
Yeah.
so that's nice. And like obviously for
And
Jessica,
he's like
already
friendly
knows
with
him.
his friends, right? After the wedding and everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
totally,
remember all that.
yeah, totally. So
Fabulous.
it was so seamless and so easy, and like it was much needed after the couple of months we had. And I also like
Oh, of
I
course.
got bronchitis, and my
Mhm.
mom fell, so I was just getting hit with with all this crazy
That all
fucking
happened
stuff.
while we were at the dozen. You were like going to the hospital with bronchitis like the day we were leaving, and then your mom came, is helping you out, and she hurts herself in at the same time.
Yeah, I was
getting play-by-play from Fran. She was like, I don't even know. What do we do?
It was the worst week ever. Like, just so brutal.
Crazy.
So it was so nice to just like relax and eat good food and hang out with fun people.
Of course.
Fun times and, enjoy the sun. And my parents just got a place there. So, it was nice to like see the house for the first time and really get
that's amazing.
acclimated.
Did they not have it before, or was it like timeshare?
No. We always just like rented an Airbnb. We used to do hotels when we first started going. Then we upgraded to like Airbnbs, and then we did a villa for a couple years. But no, that's the first time that we've owned property.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting! Wow.
Oh man, it was
you
just
can
like
always escape to your Italian villa.
Yeah, right. That's what I was
amazing.
thinking. Like I was like, damn, like I could just like go whenever I want now, which is so nice.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
The flight's not even that long.
Yeah,
well, it's hard to get there though, right? You have to go planes, trains, and automobiles usually.
Yeah, if you don't like rent a car from the Milan airport, you have to like go from the Milan airport to Milan Centrale, which is like the train station.
Yeah.
And then take the train to either Verona or Como, and then take a boat to Bellagio.
Right.
But like when I'm with my parents, like we'll just get like the car service, which is so nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Love that.
But
it was
exciting.
How
it was super fun. I would do anything to go back, and it was much needed, relaxing time.
Good weather too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was the same for you.
Absolutely. That's how I know, because it was so lucky to have had such good weather.
Yeah.
I was in Paris for 2.5 days with my mom. And my mom came on these trips with me, which if you guys have heard me talk about just family dynamics, you know that's a crazy thing. Yeah. But it's her birthday. Her birthday's actually on Saturday.
Oh my God, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my mom. And so this was it's her 60th birthday. She won't get mad at me saying that, because it's just that's what it is. And so it's a big birthday.
Yeah.
So you want to go all out, do something nice. So I took her to Paris. She's never been to Europe before. Always wanted to go to Paris. My dad doesn't like to travel, so I said, hey, I'll go.
Hey, yeah.
And then she came after to Greece. I do those Greece trips with my travel friends, and she came to that as well.
So fun.
And I was very, very proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone so much, and also traveling without my dad. I don't know if she's ever done that. And it's such a far away distance.
Yeah, of course.
Super far away. Time difference. We're gone for like 10 days. But it was truly exactly what I needed and what she needed too.
Nice.
We've had a lot of, my Nana passing away in November, and my grandpa is back and forth between my parents' house and my uncle's house, and it's just that the family has gone through a lot the last year or so. And my mom works really hard, and she just tries to keep everybody together and keep it all together. And so it was a really it was a much needed trip for everyone.
That's lovely.
And Paris was I was so happy that the day that we landed, the night before, apparently was like the storm of a century. Everyone was talking about how like they thought it was going to be flooding for days and whatever.
Jeez.
And I was like, great, of course. Right as we're landing, we were delayed in taking off by like 2 hours, stuck on the runway, which sucked. But luckily we were in first class, and the champagne was flowing. So my mom didn't care, neither did I. But yeah, so we landed, and it was blue skies, beautiful day, and everybody was like, I can't believe it, blah, blah, blah. So we got to see, Eiffel Tower. We did do touristy stuff mostly.
Of course.
Because that's what she was wanting to do, and me too. I like the touristy stuff
Did
in
you
Paris.
do the Louvre?
We didn't do the Louvre. I had asked my mom in advance. I was like, are you interested in in the Louvre? And we were there for only like 2 full days.
Yeah.
And she really wanted
a full
to see,
day is the Louvre, yeah.
And also, like, I would like to do that on my own. I don't know if my mom's going to want to walk around for 5 hours at the Louvre, But we did do a champagne tasting cruise on the Seine.
Love.
And tasted 3 different champagnes while going back and forth, seeing all the architecture, going past the Eiffel Tower, whole thing. We had a fantastic dinner at Monsieur Bleu. Fantastic dinner, horrible waiter.
Dickhead?
Total dickhead.
Oh.
Not at first. He was a dickhead when after like my mom was eating and we had gotten a lot of appetizers and she was full and she had like ordered steak, didn't finish steak. And then he switched up his whole vibe to the point where I thought he was on cocaine. I was like, this man what is wrong? He's being really aggressive about the fact that she didn't finish her meal, grabbed her at one point and was like, I'm bringing you back to the chef. Then he goes, oh, it'll make a nice meal for the dog. Like he was really fucking gross. And my mom was not picking up on it, but I was. And I was being like a bitch back. And I was like, you know, like, what's your fucking deal?
Yeah.
Like, what's your problem? And then we ordered
Typical
dessert.
fucking Parisian.
Typical.
Yeah.
And then we ordered dessert, and the guy was like, "Are you sure you want to like order dessert?" I was like, "Yeah, bitch, you want to fucking order dessert." And so then we asked for this like big brownie in a skillet, which was really not that big. It was like this big.
Yeah.
But he kept being like, "It's pretty big. Are you sure?"
Like,
and then
yeah.
he sat
I'm
in
giving
front of
you
me.
money. Shut up.
Literally, Gia. And let me tell you something. He like put it on the table, like almost tossed it in my lap essentially, and said, "Good luck," and walked away. And I said, "Fuck you." I didn't actually say that, but in my head I said, "Fuck you."
No, that's
What the
crazy.
fuck?
That's crazy.
And this is,
You
by the way,
never,
this
like,
is a Michelin star restaurant. And I was like, I can't believe, and very hard to get a reservation.
Yeah.
It's like the hotness. It was Fashion Week in Paris at the time. I can't believe I even got a reservation to begin with. Unbelievable.
That's crazy. I hate when people make
Yeah, it was
comments about
unbelievable.
like how much food, like when a waiter will make a comment about like how much food you're eating or
It
how
is
much
the
like
most
you ordered.
unprofessional thing you could do. And it makes me really self-conscious because I'll tell
Totally.
you what,
Well, it's like I already like feel self-conscious about like how much I eat like in my
Yes.
mind. Like I don't
Yes.
need you like saying it to my face.
never. And
Yeah.
also don't like, I'm a very slow eater, notoriously slow. So eating in a restaurant is fine for me, but I will eat probably half my meal and then bring the rest of it home every time. Like I'm never leaving a restaurant without a bag, and that's just how I eat. And I'll be hungry a little bit later when I get home. Otherwise, I will sit there for 2 hours trying to eat one little thing, and it's like you can't do that at a restaurant. So don't comment on how much I'm eating or not eating. It's like really fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Especially at a Michelin star restaurant. So the food was incredible and the atmosphere was amazing at Monsieur Blue. But there was one waiter, Matei,
Well, screw you, Matei.
who I hate.
Screw you,
Who
Jock.
I hate forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was his name. Mateo, something
Mateo,
along those
yeah,
lines.
yeah.
Yeah. He was a real jerk though. But
Damn.
besides that, everything else was great.
Well, fabulous.
And my mom enjoyed the experience.
Did you and your mom know everything went smoothly?
Everything went smoothly.
Love.
Yes, we were. It was. You know, there were a few moments where I had to explain, like, you know, going through airport security in Europe is different than here,
especially CDG.
And but no, she was very, very go with the flow. Picked up everything quick, which is really my only worry was afraid to or. I've now traveled so much and understand traveling so much that for me it's like quick. And sometimes if I'm in a situation with someone who isn't
it's
as
like,
up to
honestly,
date,
this is the same with TJ.
for sure,
Yeah.
right? So it's like
Yeah.
I didn't want to forget to explain something or like leave her in the dust somehow accidentally or whatever. Like I didn't want to create an anxious situation because I knew what I was doing and she did not.
Yeah.
So it was like, but we everything was fine.
Great.
And I did pull her through. I pulled her through TSA pre-check with me the first when we were getting on the plane.
Yeah.
She definitely doesn't have pre-check. Like, I doesn't even know what that is.
I tried to
but
do that
I
with TJ and
it's because we were in like a separate, we did like Delta 1 because it was it was a long flight or whatever to Paris. And they have like at JFK, they have like a separate area that you can check your bags and stuff, which is really nice. And they now have a little separate security spot. So it's like a very small security spot. And I just like shoved her through. I was like, she's with me. And I like was really aggressive about it, but like whatever.
No, that's fine.
And it was a week later they told you can keep your shoes on anyway. So
well,
who cares?
the TSA rules change according to the TSA agent.
100%.
It's like
yes.
if a TSA agent wants to be a dickhead and enforce all the rules, then all the rules count. If a TSA agent doesn't give a fuck, then no rules count.
Then
Like,
the
it's
rules,
just-
the rules don't matter. And really, all it was her shoes. I was like, you don't take your shoes off. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I literally 1 week later. How about that, by the way? The rules. You don't
thank
take your shoes off
God.
anymore. Not that I have in years.
Yeah, I
since
mean,
my
I
pre-check.
have global entry, so I have like
Same.
automatic pre-check.
Same.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
But
to
I
go.
did have to wait in line with TJ in JFK.
And that's big of you, by the
Yeah,
way.
thank
I don't
you.
know if I would have done that.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think I would have been like, figure it out.
Yeah, like
Pay for
I
a
was-
one-time
I
pass.
was considering for a second, like, oh my god.
Or just like you go through regular and I'll take
But-
your stuff through TSA. You know?
Oh, that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
just was like, you know, if I'm gonna have to sit and wait on the other side, like I might as well just wait with you in line.
Totally.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, a good girlfriend award to me.
Yes, it really is, and you should be recognized for your heroism.
Thank you.
But yeah, no. Other than that, everything was great. Like you said, much needed. Greece was lovely because I just feel very much at home there with my friends and the place that we go to, and these tomatoes I'm obsessed with. I post about them every day.
Yeah, I love those tomatoes.
I found out that they're grown like on the
Locally?
beach, like
Ooh.
next to the place. It's like a beach bar that's also a place where you like lay at the beach.
Yeah.
And it's like very rough and tumble. Like it's a local, it's basically a shack
Yeah, yeah.
essentially, but it's the best food.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It-
And they grow the tomatoes
That's
like right
where you
next
get the
to
best food in Europe is like literally
Yeah.
the shacks by the beach.
Literally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That
So
was like
shout
when,
out-
when I
shout
went
out
to Greece, we went to like some unnamed restaurant like by this like beachfront, whatever, and it was the best fish I've ever had in my life. Like I still think about it all the time.
Yeah, they've got their shit under control over there. So thank you for asking about us and
thanks.
letting us talk about ourselves for half an hour. That was
fun.
We just added literally 20 minutes onto our show. Don't make me talk about myself. Don't make me sing.
Don't make me sing. Okay, last voicemail.
Kelly and Gia, holy shit, you're back.
Hell yeah.
Fucking back, girls. And I can't even begin to express how elated, over the moon, jazzed, all the damn words like in the dictionary. I am so...
Hell yeah.
I've missed you guys endlessly. Endlessly.
We missed
It's
you
been
too.
the drought of the century.
Mm-hmm.
The drought was
I was just about to sing it. I wish I started singing it. We would have been in harmony.
Oh, you can, whatever.
So funny.
Yes, girl.
am listening to the We Are Back episode, and I have something to add for you. I am obviously a Swiftie, but I also love soccer. And some of you guys might not know this, and some Swifties might not know this, but Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes are the owners of the Kansas City Current, which is a NWSL soccer team. NWSL is the league that is like the big league that's for women's soccer in America. And Brittany Mahomes used to play soccer in college. She no longer can play. I think she got one too many concussions to where it's not safe for her to play anymore, which is very sad.
Really?
I didn't know
that.
But
the Mahomes' are the main owners of the Kansas City Current. So I would not rule it out as a question for Taylor to one day make her rounds to the women's soccer world and come to a Kansas City Current game. I constantly keep my eyes peeled when the Kansas City Current are playing to see if Taylor happens to show up one day at a game.
Wait, that's so interesting.
She's starting to make her rounds to the world of sports, so don't rule it out. I'm so happy and over the moon that you guys are back.
Thank you, Queen.
I'm sure you guys are going to get a lot of voicemails. I hope you listen to this one. But shit, man, we're back. I love you. Bye.
Bye, Queen.
We
Thank
love
you for that amazing
That was a great
voicemail.
That was a great Wow, what information that I did not know. I didn't
No
know
idea either.
Did I see something along the lines of like maybe Patrick and Travis going in on something together, not the steakhouse. Although now I'm realizing, was it the steakhouse?
I think.
But I thought I heard like a soccer rumblings, like somebody comparing it to Ryan Reynolds and
yeah,
did I
know
make that up,
what? I do remember something about that.
It was like rumblings. I don't. Who knows what it really was?
I thought it was like an F1 thing or something.
You might be right.
Yeah,
F1?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was something with sports and like him owning something or
like
going
a piece
into
of it
something.
or some horses
yeah.
maybe. Well, we know he's got a couple horses.
Swift delivery.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to go back and remember. But I don't recall.
Really.
But something's ringing a bell.
If you guys know what we're talking about, because I really don't remember. And now with this added wrinkle of the Mahomeses owning the
Kansas City Current.
Yeah, the Kansas City Current. Yeah. Maybe I conflated two things at once, but
right.
Regardless, very good point, because I do think that if Taylor's obviously going to want to go to all the sports, and that includes women's sports as well.
I know, that's what I was like thinking.
Which I love.
She doesn't need to do anything, but she needs, in my mind, she needs to go out to a women's sports game. Like she's been to baseball, football, hockey. Now she needs to go to like a women's basketball game or a women's soccer game or something.
We said last week how it's very likely she'll go see Caitlin Clark play at some point.
Yeah, would love for that to happen,
and that has to happen first. That's her first her first girl athlete she's a fan of. Then I would say soccer season's right around the corner as well.
I mean, like,
how fun.
Women's soccer is one of the most fun sports to watch. Seriously. I mean, I also like with the Olympics coming up.
I say they're the gold medalists.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll go to any like Olympic games. Well, when does the Olympics start? The summer. Or that's not till 2027, right?
2028, I think.
Oh, really?
Or is it 6? No way. When are the Olympics?
Oh yeah, you're right. 2028. Oh
Yeah, it's fine.
Jesus
'cause
Christ!
it was only last
Oh,
year.
you know what? I'm getting the Winter Olympics
Winter
confused.
Olympics.
Those are 2026.
Yes, every 2 years. the
Yeah.
Olympics.
Okay. But
Yeah,
you know, a Kansas City current game, you know, versus like maybe like a New York team or the Nashville team.
Would love.
I wonder like what's the all the women's soccer teams.
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
In the National Women's Soccer. Angel City FC, Bay FC, Boston Legacy, Chicago Stars, Houston Dash, Kansas City Current, Gotham, which I'm assuming is New York.
Probably, yeah.
North Carolina Courage, Orlando Pride, Portland Thorns,
Ooh.
Racing Louisville.
Oh, I like Portland Thorns.
I like Portland Thorns too.
Fun.
San Diego Wave. I like that. Seattle Reign, Utah Royals, and Washington Spirit. I love
Ooh.
that. They always
Going-
have like really fun names for women's
the
teams.
one for Chicago Star
Yeah, Chicago Stars.
mixes well with the Chicago Sky.
Oh yeah.
That's their
Chicago
women's
Stars and
basketball
Sky.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Interesting.
Yeah, well,
Fun and creative.
Taylor definitely needs to get out to a women's sports game, whether it's soccer or basketball or any of the other sports.
Well, you know, it's like when she's bored, it's like, I guess I'll go save women's sports now.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Like, yeah, I guess
I'll
I'll
show
just
up and-
I'll just put women's sports on the map.
Yeah, I'll just put that shit on my back and bring it all the way to the top. Bring
Right.
all my friends to the summit. All my
Exactly.
friends being the women athletes.
Yeah, exactly.
Female athletes.
And they would
love that.
appreciate it more. The women would appreciate her
Of course they
presence
would.
more.
Of
Yeah.
course they would. Be amazing. Oh, how fun. Cool.
Okay, let's jump into DMs.
Woo, yes.
Okay, slay. Okay. Hi, Gia and Kelly. Were you both on vacation when you received the news? Kelly, did you call Gia and get to tell her the exciting news? How did your friends and family take the news? Fran, Rhea, TJ, etc. I'm so excited for you to be back on rotation each week, but need to know all the emotions you felt, as I am a sap and love heartfelt moments. Ashen from Illinois.
Aw, that's really sweet. And I guess, yeah, we didn't say exactly. We were here.
We were here, yeah.
And I was sitting at my desk. She was sitting at her desk. It was the Monday we got back. And
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I'll look
Literally
it up right now.
the-
I'll look up the time.
The Monday we got back from vacation, we were just sitting at our desks, like doing nothing, and
1:51 p.m.
and then the clock
Monday,
struck.
July 7th.
The clock struck 1:51, and little do we know our lives would change forever. But Kelly just like looked at me. She's like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "What?" She was like, "Dave texted me," and I was like, "What?"
It was like, hey, I know your contract's up, blah blah blah, a little bit about that, and
Yeah.
then in the same text, but like a new paragraph, which I've never even seen Dave text like this.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. He goes, also, if you and Gio want to resume Taylor Watch, you can, but you can use no music or videos, only clips of you two talking. That's it.
Yep. Then that's it, and
that was it. We said,
I
okay,
started
boss.
jumping for joy. Like I literally think I was jumping in there. I screamed.
Gia screamed.
Yeah.
I was numb.
Yeah,
I still
you
didn't
couldn't believe
really,
what you were seeing.
Yeah, I couldn't really believe it. It also felt like everyone was around. Like everyone was there. Rhea was there.
Yeah.
Who was Fran there too?
No.
Just Rhea.
Yeah.
A bunch of the guys
Yeah,
were
some of
there.
the guys were there, yeah. Like
Everyone
Nate
was
and
around.
Bob and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tommy maybe.
yeah.
Marty maybe.
And everyone's
I'm
like,
not sure.
what? We're like,
Everyone was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
shit. And everyone was just like, and then people were asking questions like, wait, did he explain why?
Yeah.
Did he say what? And I was like, nope. And I didn't
Nope.
ask.
There'll be no
Whatever the
exploitation,
turnaround
just
was the
reputation.
turnaround.
Yeah.
But no, we do know that it was a little bit to do with like, you know, we're given another chance, but also, yeah, people were like, Dave, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, totally. I think it was
People
a mix
damning
of
him
both
like,
for sure.
Hey, WTF.
Yeah.
Bring our favorite show back.
Hey,
which we love.
bring the backbone of Barstool Sports back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's put the Barstool back in Barstool Sports, which is a podcast that fucks up all the time.
Yeah. Which is two people that piss off Dave all the time.
Yep.
Perfect.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was honestly like pretty not chill because like we definitely were excited, but like it was so hard to believe in the moment that like I could tell that you didn't want to like
I had a hard time. With
give it too much excitement because it's like it feels like it could be ripped away from us.
Because I never and that's especially. I just never know which way things are going to go, you know? And it's, I get very anxious about, especially when things are done via text or phone calls or whatever. In person, I'm way better at having conversations.
Yeah.
Because you can understand the nuance, the tone, the, you know, gestures, whatever. You can kind of see where people are coming from. But when you hear news or information via text, it's like, if it's bad news, it feels worse. If it's good news, you're not really sure if it's real. Like I just, you guys know I'm paranoid. So it was, it took me until literally Monday when we were recording to be excited. Because I was like, finally we're here. The countdown helped me.
The
be a little
countdown was
excited.
super fun.
The countdown was really fun. I was really, really having a good time with that. And when we first started posting like the stuff that we were making, then I started being like, I was nervous a little. I was like, oh no, like this isn't a podcast clip of us two talking. Are we gonna get in trouble? And it's like, that's not what he doesn't literally mean that. He means like, don't.
Like we can do promo.
Yes. Yeah. And so it was just all good after that. But it was a strange. I felt like I was in a daze. Yeah. Like I was like, am I being punked? Is this a bit? Yeah. Is this, because you never know at Barstool. You never know if it's like, oh, I dare you to text Kelly and say that the show's back.
That would
and
be
see how,
evil.
That'd be so
like, that's
mean.
Literally evil.
But people are evil here.
Yeah.
But
it's coming from Dave, like he would never prank us as a text.
He would know that there would be.
Text us as a prank.
Yes. Right.
He's not a prankster.
Dave is not a bits guy. That was the only
guy.
thing. I thought maybe he was hacked. I was like, someone hacked his number. I thought he got a new number kind of recently, and so I was like, is this his old number? Did someone fucking with me? Like I really. It took a minute to sink in because, and I know we talked about it last episode at length, but that the feeling of it being canceled was just so heavy. Yeah. It was such a heavy weight. Yeah. Heavier than any other thing that's been canceled.
That was probably like
which is a lot. I've got a lot of cancellations under my belt. And this one was just, I was suffocated. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. It was more than just canceling a podcast. It was like canceling like everything we knew and loved.
No, literally. It was like the one thing I know I'm good at is being a fan of Taylor Swift, and you're not even good at that. And I was like, fuck.
What am I good at?
Literally nothing. I was like, I just gotta move somewhere else. I'm just gonna plant a garden. I had the whole plan.
I was ready to change my name and move to Italy and end it all.
Completely. But it was funny, leading up to it, I don't think I said this last time. For the month that we were off from the show, we had been like, I'm harassing the lawyer upstairs, being like, prove it, like prove how many times, or prove prove that, and whatever. And I was really up their ass, and we're working up the courage to have these conversations because I knew that my contract was up the week that we got back from break. Yeah, because that just happens to be the time. Yeah, every year I have the conversation at the same time. It's like I get back from break, renew my contract, move on with my life. And Gia's is earlier than mine. Yeah, so mine's April. Hers was already done. And after all this happened, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to get fired. Like this is really going to happen. Yeah. This is happening. Dave hates my guts. I can't believe it. So literally for a month, I was like working up the courage to have this eventual conversation of like begging for the show back, but also like begging for my life basically. And I was so like, just like sour stomach about it,
Well, it's like when one bad thing happens, or like when something so big like that happens, it leaves you questioning everything.
Totally.
And especially at a time when your contract is up and it's like uncertainty, like that, it couldn't have been worse timing.
It was bad, right? But
yeah, so I knew that you were fine.
Even everybody says it, and I just was like, you guys, I was in a dark place. Of
course, you're gonna
even
feel
at the
like
dozen,
that.
I was like, Dave hates me. Like we're not gonna. I'm not even gonna try to talk to him. He's annoyed that I'm even here. Like the whole time. But it's just so funny.
I get why you would feel like that, but
totally.
You're too important to the company.
Thank you for saying that. But it was very funny to have had so much anxiety and so much thinking and so much like hyping myself up to like have a serious conversation and whatever. And just to receive a text and it's like, oh, and he just tweeted it out, you know? Like,
exactly.
What's that? Isn't that a thing where it's like, and they just tweeted it out, or he just.
Why don't you just call Taylor up?
No, not call Taylor up. I feel like there's another one where it's like, I planned all this stuff and you just tweeted it out. But it might be a Barstool thing.
I don't know.
I thought it was real life.
Oh, maybe when they were talking about quick picks and Nick Tierney was like the show that could be a tweet.
No. Oh. There's a very specific. I don't know what it is. Okay. I don't know what it is, and I'll come back next episode with that information. Yeah. But it's like a, and then you just tweeted it out. It's like that's how I felt when I got the text. I was like, I can't believe that we just you know, all this agony for nothing, just major drama for nothing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, all good, like we said, and it was an exciting moment. More exciting to then get to record. I feel like I ruined that moment a little bit by being too anxious. Like it was like I was too nervous to even react.
No, I think you know. No, I didn't think it ruined the moment at all. I think it was a perfect moment, and I think it shows our personalities very well.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I was really
like
Gia was like running around screaming, and I was like crawling under my desk. I was like, I don't know. You guys don't tell anyone. I don't know. Was I supposed to read the text out loud? Like I immediately went into like an anxiety spiral. But no, I feel like I can't even. It's. I know I keep saying it. I'm sorry for repeating myself so much, but the weight that lifted off your shoulders, like I feel a million pounds lighter.
Oh
like
my God.
You know,
Like life,
the
like
color,
makes sense,
the colors
makes sense again.
just getting back into my face.
Exactly.
Like that's literally how it feels.
Yeah,
you know.
I totally agree.
We're so happy to be here. Thanks, y'all.
Me too. Yeah, totally. Okay. Let's maybe just do last one since we've been going on.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah. We've been gabba.
Yeah, and I'll save the rest of these for next week.
Fabulous.
Okay. This is a good one. Hi, Gia and Kelly. This is Jennifer, and I just wanted to say it's so good to have you guys back. So grateful to have this community feeling again. My question is for Kelly. What are your thoughts on us not getting Rep TV and how Taylor said that she just doesn't feel like she could improve on that album? I know you said you've been listening to it, but I'm wondering whether you're a little disappointed since we've been clowning for so long. Love you guys.
Thank you for that question. Disappointed, I don't think is the right word. I think I understand people that would feel disappointed because they were excited for like this big like renaissance and this mood and whatever. But and kind of to be given the green light to have that, I feel like that is kind of where I was sitting with it. Because it was like, I want Reputation to come so it can be like my big comeback. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking selfishly. I was like, I was like, I've been in a rut personally, and I know that the announcement of Rep and everything that comes with it will be like, you know, cathartic for me personally. So that's really why I was looking forward to it. When it came out, we found out that she got all our music back. I think that in that moment, if our show hadn't been canceled, literally in that moment, we would have celebrated as if it were back.
Yeah.
But in that exact moment, I personally didn't feel like my Reputation was back. So I was like, I can't be as excited about this as I would have been for like a re-release if that were to have happened. But if a re-release happened and our show got canceled anyway, it would have the same effect. You know what I mean? So I think that we didn't get to really celebrate it in that way. But I do think that maybe starting right now, it is Reputation summer. It is debut summer. Like, let's not let that go by the wayside. Like these albums are here. They're for us. We just have to make the magic.
Like it's always been there. Taylor's version.
It's always been Taylor's version. But yeah, I think like I was excited for like a merch drop or like a, stuff like that. And I do think that eventually those things will come.
Right.
Like she said it in her letter. Like there are vault tracks. There's stuff going. Debut is all the way
done.
redone.
She said its debut's fully done.
Yeah. So I think that there will still, and she said it, there'll be a time for them to come, but it won't come from a place of sadness. And I'm just looking forward to whatever she has in store for that, because obviously a lot of work was done.
Like to speak now, like the 2-year anniversary, like I'm sure probably whatever anniversary of Reputation that's coming up this year, like I'm sure there'll be a huge merch drop or something.
November.
Maybe new vinyl pressings or something.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which I would love. Oh, did I tell you I realized I didn't have a Rep vinyl.
Neither do
which
I.
is crazy, but I bought one off
nice.
eBay or something, like an original one, which was nice. I didn't get clipped too hard either. People were I think it was before. I can't remember if it was before the announcement that she had. No. Right after the announcement that she had all our music back, I jumped on and I bought it.
Smart.
Because I was waiting for the new one.
Right.
But then I just bought the old one.
Yeah.
And so my collection's almost complete.
I don't think disappointing is the right word, just because like it's like we have it.
Exactly. It's more of a shift in mindset, or
and
it's like all right, we gotta change up.
Yeah, and like the celebration behind it, the meaning behind it, and like all that fun stuff that comes with the re-release of the vault tracks. Like I get being disappointed in not getting that aspect of it, but I think she gives and gives and gives at this point. That
completely.
Like, the fact that she got her masters back is way more exciting, I think, than
without question. I mean, all of these album releases were battles won, but she won the war. You know what I mean? Like she got it all.
Right. Exactly.
She wins, and that's how I view it. But I can see that thought and feeling of like, oh, bummer. I wanted to like go all out for Rep. But we can still go all out for Rep, and I am. I don't know about you guys, but I got my snake on right now. So Rep is always with us.
I've been listening to Rep so much recently, like especially after we got the pod back. I've been listening to it nonstop.
What's been your number one on repeat on Rep?
Oh, Ready for It.
Of course.
I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Ready for It is awesome.
I've just been like, Baby,
And it
it
really gets you going too. Like
and honestly,
the beginning of it.
this is why we can't have nice things.
I love This Is Why We Can't Have
yeah.
Nice Things. One of my favorites for sure on that. Well, so many of those songs are my favorites. Like it's nearly impossible to pick one.
Yeah.
But it really is like they all hit at different times.
Yeah.
And it's such a cohesive album in my opinion. Not so much like storytelling, but just the songs go together so well.
No, I think I think all of it for sure. Because even in like the love songs, like she still talks about like how, you know, my reputation's never been worse, and like
you must like me for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like she always like makes those hints about like what she was going through at the time while falling in love. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Our secret moments in a crowded room, like all that stuff. I don't know.
Absolutely. Ugh. What a time. What a time. So yeah, don't feel like you can't be celebrating rep, and maybe we'll kick it up a notch, or maybe I will specifically as the rep queen.
Right.
We'll kick up the celebrations a little bit more.
Right. Oh, also, we got a comment on the YouTube that got a lot of likes and stuff. People want us to do another deep dive.
Oh,
soon.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, we have to do. We still have. You know,
we have a bunch of them. I think we only did up to Speak Now, right?
Yep. We need to do Red, 1989, Rep, and Debut, and then we didn't do Folklore, right? We didn't. Did we?
We didn't do Debut Deep Dive.
I thought we did actually.
I thought we did
too. We definitely
too.
did Debut Deep Dive.
Yeah, I thought we started in order.
I'm gonna just put that on my list. This is an old list. I'm gonna just put it on here because it wasn't out yet. Oh, it was gonna be a deep dive Taylor's version. If it were to come out with like vault tracks and stuff, because we did Debut, yes.
We did Debut episode 37, if anyone was wondering.
Yep.
Episode 56 was Fearless, and wow, it's been a minute since we've done one. Episode 86 was our last deep dive.
Oh damn!
Speak
so
Now.
we totally owe you guys
so maybe
one.
next week, next
Thursday as our homework. Should we just go next in line with Red?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Love Red.
So we'll do Red next week. Love Red. Yeah. I'm like, I guess we'll do Red. No, but you know what? It's good because I like when we do these things because it does give me a like new appreciation for the albums.
Me too.
And I love the Red Vault tracks. I'll be here singing praises for those.
Right.
So that'll be fantastic. So yes, look forward to that next Thursday. Wait, I had one more. I screenshotted something as well. But I was like, bring this up. Oh, someone had a comment that I wanted to read. Pam Clark commented on our YouTube and said,
Shout out Pam, said,
after the storm, something was reborn on the 15th of July.
Oh, I love that.
And I really like that. So
I love that.
We have to remember that. Moving forward, 15th of July, a day that will live in infamy.
Infamy, yes.
The rebirth, resurrection of Taylor Watch.
Of the Taylor Watch girls.
First week back in the books. Thank you guys so much for engaging with us and being excited for us. We can't wait to keep it popping throughout the rest of the summer and in perpetuity.
Yep. And keep listening because we are going to jump into our Summer I Turned Pretty recap after this.
Right now. Woo! Hello. Yes, we're here. We're looking different, just like we promised.
Yes.
We both came back to our homes last night and made sure to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty episodes 1 and 2.
Yes.
Funny thing, it did actually come out Wednesday at 3 a.m. So like in our head it was like Thursday, Wednesday night, Wednesday 3 a.m. But yes, technically it did come out 7/16. So sorry for the confusion, but it still worked out for us because we got to come home, watch a couple episodes, and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, it makes it a little less stressful to do the recaps because we were going to watch it Thursday morning and then record. So now we get the luxury of watching it Wednesday night and then recording this morning. So
slay, which is wonderful.
And
what do you think so far? Off the rip.
Off the rip, I can't believe that I have to wait another fucking week. Like, this is what's so crazy is the episode rollouts are really just so annoying. Like, they're really gonna do just one episode a week till fucking September is so crazy.
Which kills me.
Yeah, but you know what? Based off these past 2 episodes, like, it's worth it. And I like when things kind of, and there's not really a show on right now, so I'm happy with like this dragging on a little bit.
I agree completely. I also appreciate, kind of like you were saying, that like based on these 2 episodes that we watch, it seems like they're going to be doing justice to whatever story is being told.
Yeah.
Again, I did not read the book, so I don't know. But would you agree with that statement?
100%.
It's book accurate.
It's pretty book accurate so far. Like up until the point where like, not to jump ahead, but where like Belly finds out about Lacey and Jeremiah. Like that whole scene is like very book accurate.
Holy shit. So we have a little outline. Gia made a little outline
Yes.
of the episodes. We each took some notes on each one.
Yep.
And we'll just break it all down.
Yeah.
And I also, before we even get into anything, just a major shout to whoever does the music for the show. The Taylor Swift of it all aside.
Oh my God.
Every fucking song was perfect for the moment. A cool, popular new song that I love and knew. It almost was like they're playing my liked songs on Spotify, like as the soundtrack to these 2 episodes. I was blown away. We'll get into that too.
No,
But
so good.
let's start with episode 1.
Yeah. So episode 1 starts off with Belly at her first year of school. She's like going into her first year at Finch College.
Finch College.
Yeah, which is cute. I think they film it like at Brown or somewhere, but
I think so too. Well, yeah, some Boston somewhere. We had a dorm in college named Finch, my college. So it just makes me think of the dorm.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time I hear it.
And you know, she's moving in, and Jeremiah's there, and they're hugging, and you know, she calls him his soulmate, and everything's right in the world. And then it does a crazy 3-year jump.
Yes, which we did anticipate some kind of jump, because if we're talking about, you know, again, later in the episodes, we'll talk more about the future of Belly and Jeremiah, but like, I was wondering how they were going to do them in college, you know?
Also one thing, sorry, about the move-in part, like that literal first scene, I loved how the mom, Laurel, was like, make sure you, like, explore all your options
100%.
and, like,
I love
have
that she did that
fun.
too.
Yeah.
That's good mom advice.
Good
that's
mom.
good friend advice. And Belly should have listened, if I'm being honest.
Totally.
But my initial thoughts to that whole thing, I said it was lame that she followed Jeremiah to college, but fun that Taylor is there. Her bestie's there. And I also loved that Belly and Taylor did not room together.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were like, we gotta want to find our own people and whatever. That you gotta do that.
Yeah, that's like the bare minimum.
Yes.
Especially if you're going to follow a boy to college.
Yes.
And Belly, I love her to death, but she definitely gives girlfriend that follows her boyfriend to college.
Of course she does,
yeah,
which
yeah.
leads me into my next thing. Of course Belly didn't rush a sorority. Like, of course. And of course Taylor did. Like, that's another,
totally.
Which, like, she's so... I feel like I love Taylor. Taylor's, like, my favorite of all of them, and I think that she's the most normal. And I know that maybe like a crazy thing to say, because she does have, like, strange things about her. Maybe I just see pieces of myself in her. But I loved, like, they're talking about the sorority, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Taylor's like, yeah, I joined, Steven, the brother, was like... you know, I didn't sorority Taylor. Like, I didn't expect to see that. And she's like, yeah, I joined a sorority so I could, like, make connections in the real world and move on. It's exactly why every bitch joins. Well, mostly, most bitches, me at least, and I know you too.
Totally.
But yeah, cool.
I like
that
Taylor.
Was there. Lame that Jeremiah.
Yeah.
That she followed Jeremiah.
Yeah, agreed.
That's lame as fuck.
Agreed. So then we do that 3-year time jump. Did you see in the background people were pointing out that she and Jeremiah dressed up as to all the boys I've loved?
Oh my God, no way.
Noah Centineo and whatever her name is.
What are their names
Oh my
in the
God,
show?
what are their names to all the boys?
I don't know what their names are in the show. I haven't seen that show in so long.
Characters. It's like her name's like also like interesting, like Belly.
It's like Belly. It's like
Laura Jean and
Jean
Peter Kavinsky, and they dressed up in like one of all those pictures on the dorm.
Yeah, cute.
They dressed up as them for Halloween, which was funny. Another Jenny Han Easter egg.
A lot of Jenny Han Easter eggs in
Yeah.
these 2 episodes. Wait, we're jumping around so much.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. You made your outline. Let's do that.
But yeah, the three-year time jump, and she's still in the same dorm, which made no sense to me.
Which, is she still in the same dorm, or
That's
is
what
it
I
just
thought.
kind of made to seem, because she's clearly living by herself. Like, we've
Yeah.
never met Belly's roommate. You know? So I wonder, did she stay in that same place? Because it did make you want to think that when you zoom out and like you see the pictures collecting over time. And I do maybe think her bed was in the right place or in the same place or whatever. But she clearly didn't have a roommate 3 years later. So I'm not sure.
And then we see Conrad coming out.
Dr. Conrad.
Ooh, Mr. Conrad. And he's coming out to, I forget the song that was playing. Can't Stop. Dun, 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 can't stop when you and he's walking into therapy.
I loved that he was walking. Wow, the ladies swoon over a man
Oh
in
yeah,
therapy.
totally.
Fully.
Just to show that he's grown.
I think leading up to that leading up to him in therapy was Laurel calling Jeremiah, right? And being like, is Conrad ever gonna, write that speech for the memorial.
Right,
so there's
right.
like a memorial going on in Cousins, this like looming thing, which I guess is, I assume, like a 5-year, based on the time.
Yeah.
It sounds like a 5-year.
Like a dedication, they keep calling
dedication.
it. Yeah.
It's like a garden dedication
Yeah.
on Cousins. All the town's going to be there. And I guess Jeremiah and Conrad are supposed to be giving some sort of speech. Their dad's going to be there. Belly's going to be there. Laurel, it seems, Laurel and her husband are seemingly entangled once more.
Yeah.
He's going to be there. Steven's going to be there. Taylor, everybody. And Conrad is supposed to be writing a speech, or at least half of a speech.
Yeah,
And
him and Jeremiah.
And it seems as if he's wanting to ditch the whole thing. He doesn't want to show up. So he goes into therapy and says, "Hey, I don't really want to go to this. How do I get out of it?" Essentially, is what he was saying. And his therapist, I thought, had good advice and was kind of, having him think introspectively, being like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but think about how it'll affect others, essentially. And I think that, we've a lot of growth from Conrad.
Yeah.
A lot of growth.
You can, definitely a lot of growth, especially with the way that he communicates. I feel like you can tell that he's like not afraid to, or he is getting better at saying things up front. Because I feel like that's been a common theme with season 1 and 2 is he's very afraid of disappointing people.
Yes.
So now he's just being more upfront about his like issues and being communicative, which I love. Also interesting because I feel like that scene kind of pointed out that he still like very much cannot go to Cousins, cannot see Belly, like can't even think about her, can't even say her name.
Yes, which is crazy 3 years later. So that puts sheds a little bit of a different light on the situation. And also he's got that friend, that med school friend.
Yeah.
Who I thought Agnes. So I didn't even catch her name. I just kept saying like the redhead friend. I assume there won't be a romantic entanglement between them. I did think that was going to happen at first.
Me too.
I was like, oh, she's in love with him. She's trying to like get this information out. But then he, bears his soul about Belly essentially.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm still in love. But I do love that. And I don't actually know where that scene came in the show, or it was episode 1, right?
Yeah. Episode 1. I can't remember.
Because we watched them back to back. But I thought it was the time where I was like, damn, Conrad really is like growing up. He is an adult now. And I appreciate him for that. Was when he was like, he was very self-aware about the Belly situation. He's basically said like, I broke up with her.
I love that she was like, well, technically she broke up with me.
Yes, he did say that, which was kind of funny. But he was like, it happened at prom, whatever. And he was like, I just, it was a mistake, and I was a jerk. I wasn't a good boyfriend, I teed her up for it. Is what he said. He goes, she broke up with me, but I teed her up for it, and that was. He basically admits like it was cowardly of him to do that. Yeah, that's big strides.
Totally,
major snaps for Conrad on that one.
Totally. So we see Conrad in therapy, doesn't bring her up, all that stuff. And then it kind of is revealed that Conrad got this very highly coveted job with Dr. Namazi. Dr. Namazi.
Yep.
And she's a
she
tough
is no
cookie.
bullshit. She's
no
a
bullshit.
Tough cookie. Not in her hospital. Okay. Not in her hospital. No fuck ups.
So then Conrad calls Laurel and tells her that he's not going to be able to make it to the dedication, and she's super nice about it. Whatever. And then he calls Jeremiah. Belly picks up the phone. And he's like, ugh, and hangs up the phone.
Yep. Freaks out.
Yeah.
Also, just a spatial thing. Conrad is at Stanford in California. Yeah. So he's across the country. Yeah. Just for people to know. So, and they're all in Boston.
And meanwhile, while that is going on, Belly finds out that she got accepted to this study abroad program in Paris.
Paris. Woo! Because we were in Paris. Congrats to Belly on that.
Missed opportunity to use that song, I guess. But maybe they'll probably use it when she's actually there.
She's there.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it's revealed that this was her highly coveted spot that she really wanted, that this is her dream to go to Paris. Oh my God, it's perfect timing because Jeremiah is going to be graduating. So she doesn't have to worry about him being alone. She'll miss her first half of her senior year.
He'll be working, he'll have a job. She's going to be living that life in Paris.
In Paris, eating a croissant. And all that comes crashing down when she walks into Jeremiah's room, very excited to tell him, and he is sucking his thumb, crying like a big baby because he didn't read an email, and he is not graduating on time. He is actually has to do another semester because he didn't do the right credits because he's irresponsible.
That was a crazy scene. So that was the first time that I ever was like, oh, ew, about Jeremiah. I finally, they finally gave us something, or me specifically, who only has eyes for Jeremiah at this point in time. I was like, okay, yes, that does feel like the end of the world. Nothing, because I really put myself back into that space where I was like, if I were 22, about to graduate college with all of my friends, my life's ahead of me, and I found out that some like dumb credit shit was stopping me from walking with all my friends, I definitely pout about it. I'm not going to pretend like I wouldn't. However, I do think that like the woe is me of it all, especially with, it's Jeremiah. He's normally this bubbly guy, whatever, take things as they go and move along. But I do think that his sadness and pouting was going to be about the eventual conversation he was going to have with his dad, where his dad immediately compared him to Conrad, which does suck. And I feel bad about that. But I still do think Conrad was a little like whiny baby a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
For sure.
100%. And it's like, I think it shows also like a little bit of his immaturity and like his lack of responsibility, should I say?
Totally.
Because, and not to jump too ahead, but like Steven and Belly go out to dinner and Steven's like, he couldn't graduate all because he didn't read one email, like
right. That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. The way that Jeremiah tried to make it sound was, and he kind of yada-yada'd over it, like there was a couple credits that didn't work on them, whatever, and so the truth comes out. If he had read one email, maybe things would be different.
Yeah,
but he was too. I also didn't like when he was on the phone with his dad being like, God forbid I have fun in college. Like, I don't like that. I was like, come on.
And he like tells his dad to relax.
Oh no, bad vibes. Bad vibes into it all around.
And it was so like, I don't know, I just feel like that was so like not typical Jeremiah like in that scene, and it's just like he can't see that like it is a big deal and that it is going to cost his dad a lot of money, and like it's I feel like Jeremiah's always like, I'll pay you back, but like we all know he's not actually going to pay back.
But I think this is definitely a new side of Jeremiah that we're seeing, one I certainly don't like. And I think that I think he just was so embarrassed. Like, especially guys will do, I mean, girls too, I shouldn't say just guys, will act in embarrassing ways when they are embarrassed. And he's clearly mortified. He was mortified to have that conversation in the car with Belly. He said it himself. He's embarrassed because he didn't read the email. He's embarrassed because he's the fuck up brother again. Like, it's just, it kind of all comes crashing down, and he's upset with Conrad. Then he eventually gets on the phone with Conrad, and I really thought that was a sweet conversation. That made me feel hopeful about the brother relationship. And I think that Conrad being like, Dad shouldn't have said that, or shouldn't have compared me to you, or whatever. I thought that was a sweet thing, and that made me also like Conrad more as well. I was like, look at Conrad being the adult. He is the adult though. Like, he's graduated. He's in fucking Stanford. Like, it's, to be fair, like, he is older than Jeremiah.
It's about time.
And like, now is Jeremiah's time to grow up. But where was Conrad his senior year of college? We're not sure. You know, I don't know how he was acting at that time. He still could have been a brat as well. So I would give a little grace to Jeremiah, although he is annoying.
Yeah, right.
In this moment. Moment.
And I forget when this scene happens, but like we mentioned before, the Greek like competition day scene.
Oh yeah, I think that's season. Or no, I know I had written it in season 1 or episode 1.
Yeah, it's episode 1, but I think it's in between the scene where Belly finds out about Jeremiah not graduating, and like in between these phone calls being made between Conrad and Jeremiah.
Definitely. Because Jeremiah walks in like, I feel like everyone's looking at me and being like, that kid's not graduating.
Yeah. And so hilarious that his frat letters are Ben.
Ridiculous. Like, Beta, Epsilon,
everything
Nu,
just says
like,
Ben. Yeah, it's so funny.
That's not even real.
I said on my story, like, it would not fly if a non-member was wearing sorority letters.
Girl.
Hell no.
When that scene happened, I was like, there is not a chance in fucking hell that there wouldn't be a bunch of bitches pissed off about this.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
That the letters thing, especially, it's a rule in the sorority. Like, it's so dumb when you bring up like sorority rules and stuff like that. But when that is all you're dealing with, that is all you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And it's literally a rule in like the handbook, like non-members cannot wear letters.
Totally.
Like, it's
especially at like a event.
An event like that, forget it.
It's so funny.
No, not okay.
But I think that scene really reveals how like attached Belly can get and how like she can kind of forget about her priorities when it comes to boys.
For sure.
Because like she doesn't, Taylor like asks if she's told Jeremiah about it yet, and she's like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna go now because Jeremiah's not graduating, and like I don't want him to be alone.
Yep.
And Taylor's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Shout
like,
out to Taylor for being a real one on that.
That was a real one.
I'm glad she said that because it's fucking crazy, Belly, to even consider not doing it so you can spend another.
Because your boyfriend couldn't graduate in time. Yeah,
for real, get a life.
Yeah.
I do want to say there's a subplot going on. There are 2 subplots going on in the show right now. One about Laurel and Belly's dad. I don't know his name. And they're like canoodling at some conference or whatever.
Yeah.
That's maybe episode 2. But they're in the background. Also, Taylor and Steven.
Yeah.
Taylor and Steven are having an affair, essentially. They're both cheating on their significant others. They're very much in love still, it seems like. It seems like they may be an on and off couple for years and forever in perpetuity, blah, blah, blah. Can I be honest? I kind of ship.
No, I love them.
I think they should get together. Like, why aren't they together? Is the question, really.
Yeah, the situationship. And I didn't love this, like, cheating plot line that they were going with.
There's no need for that.
Especially because as we see later on in the episode, like what's revealed, like I feel like one is enough. We don't need multiple.
Agreed.
And I don't know. I just every time it's more with Laurel and the dad where they come on the screen. I'm like, I literally don't give a flying fuck about these people.
I don't care about their shit
but
right
now. I don't hate the scenes between Steven and Taylor. The scene where he's like sniffing her belly button was so fucking weird though.
Weird. I thought about that too. I was like,
so
damn,
weird.
I am not that comfortable with people, and I don't know if I ever will be. Like that is not that was a weird thing.
No.
But I also despise, literally get it off my screen in perpetuity. Steven doing his internship and that like tough girl across the thing. I can't stand her. I understand what she's trying to do. She's this hard ass like finance girl, and she's trying to be like one of the boys. They wrote her bad.
Yeah,
they
have to have one annoying fucking character, and that's definitely her. But yeah, like
she's annoying.
Steven's like at this big analyst job, whatever.
He took the job that like he's working for Conrad and Jeremiah's dad, right?
Right.
Adam?
Yeah.
That was also confusing to me because I think that Adam, Conrad and Jeremiah's dad, and Belly and Steven's dad kind of look alike.
They do look alike for
so
sure.
I was like very confused.
Yeah.
Is he working for his own dad or for the boy's dad? So yeah. That's that.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Let me see what else.
That Steven and Steven and Taylor part. But yeah,
Exactly.
their situationship is running rampant, and yes, they have 2 other significant others that are in play too, Mia and Davis or something.
Yep.
But
Mia and Davis. Mia is Steven's, and Davis is like this, zero brain frat bro, hot guy. Yeah, like NPC hot guy.
Yeah. So Belly and Jeremiah are supposed to go out to dinner with Steven, but after the phone call with Jeremiah's dad, where Jeremiah's dad's like pissed off, Jeremiah's like, I can't go to dinner, like I'm too upset, whatever. So Belly goes to dinner by herself, and Belly's explaining the whole thing to Steven. Steven's like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense that Adam's mad about $20,000. Like, that's crazy.
Totally. Steven's a realist in the situation, which I appreciate him being real about it, too.
Yeah. And then you kind of start to see, like, where the cracks are in Belly and Jeremiah's relationship. She talks about how she, like, gets really annoyed that he smokes too much weed and that they broke up one time because of a last-minute spring break trip to Cabo that Jeremiah didn't tell her about. They kind of, like, just really rush past these parts.
Yes.
And you kind of like, oh, wait, what? And, they expand on it later. It's an important part later.
As soon as she said the last minute trip to Cabo, I went, oh, no.
Yeah.
I knew it. In my bones, I knew it.
Yeah, so, and then, Belly tells Steven that it's like, you can't keep stringing along this girl. You have to be honest with Taylor. And Belly's like, and Steven's like, okay, well, if I have to be honest to Taylor, you have to be honest to Jeremiah about Paris.
Facts.
And then that's when we get to the bar scene between Agnes and Conrad.
That's after that.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's way late in the episode. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
When Agnes, it's established that Agnes and Conrad are just friends.
Yes.
Seemed like Conrad drew that line at a certain point in their friendship. And then Agnes asks him if he's ever been in love, and he says once.
Course.
And it's so cute. And she's like, how much out of 10 did you love her? And he says 10. And
which, like, hindsight, sure, but like in the moment, he did not act like he loved Belly a 10. Like,
no,
that's
totally.
what pisses me off about it. Like, I'm primed and ready to be Team Conrad, but I need a little bit more, and I think I'm gonna get it. but I need more than just, of course, looking back, your brother's got your girl and now you're like, I loved her at 10. It's like, okay, well, where was that energy for 3 fucking years ago, you know?
Well, I also liked how actress was like, wait, your brother's, you stole your brother's girlfriend? And she was like, well, she was my girlfriend first.
She was my girlfriend first.
Yeah, I love
did
that
appreciate
part.
that clarity.
Very funny.
Yeah.
And then she asks him his name, and he can like barely spit it out, which is so crazy and so cute.
He like whispers it.
Yeah, and he's like, Belly. And then Agnes is like, oh my God, I can't believe you're in a love triangle with your brother. Like, this is kind of crazy. And that's when I really started to really like Agnes. And that's kind of when she like lays it to him straight. She's like, obviously, like these, or maybe that happens later when she's like, your feelings are getting in the way. Yes, because
that's
she goes,
way later.
That's later,
after the hospital snafu.
Yeah. So then after that, Belly meets up with Jeremiah at the party. Jeremiah's in a better mood. She tells him about Paris. He's super excited. And he's like, hey, let's go
let's
party.
Celebrate.
Yeah, let's drink it
All of a
up.
sudden, Jeremiah is ready to focus his attention on something else. Belly going to Paris.
Yes, because, and, you know, I think they're trying to paint him as like the like frat bro, drinking is my priority type of guy. So then they walk into the party, and Belly runs into Lacey Barone.
Barone.
Yeah, if you read the books, you know Lacey Barone is one of the most important characters in the series.
Really?
Well, she's like the catalyst as to why all of this goes down.
So like, not to spoil or go ahead too far. Is this not the last we see of Lacey Barone?
You know, I don't think so. I think we see her later on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I don't remember.
Something about Lacey Barone. She came on the scene. I saw her the second that Belly starts talking to her. I said, Jeremiah hooked up with that girl. Like, I have never clocked something so fast in my life. I was like, that bitch absolutely hates Belly, wanted to or has hooked up with Jeremiah at some point and talked shit about Belly behind her back. Just the way she was looking at her. I was like, I can tell that she makes fun of Belly behind her back, which I do think is something that happens to Belly when other girls are around. I feel like Taylor is the exception to that rule. And I can't quite figure out if it's Belly's personality doesn't mesh super well with other girls, or if it's the fact that she's friends with these hot guys and she's the friend from home who like has known them their whole life and she's dating Jeremiah and these girls are just jealous. Like I think it's
probably both. Yeah, for sure.
It's a combo. But this is the most outward, like when she was trying to be friendly with the girls,
she's
the
like,
country
oh,
club
you just came back from Paris.
Like the debutante stuff the year before. She had a hard time becoming friends with those girls at first. And then eventually it all became okay. And they got to know her for who she was and whatever. But I feel like she kind of stands in her own way when meeting women. And she comes in with good intentions. But I do think that there's this judgment that other girls have towards her because of the fact she's like dating Jeremiah.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when she goes up to Lacey and they start chatting and whatever, and Jeremiah like pulls her away, doesn't want her talking. It's the most obvious shit you could ever do, Jeremiah. Like you don't want your side hoe talking to your main hoe. Yeah. We see it, but the way that Lacey was acting was just so I did not like that. Yeah. I didn't like how she was acting.
Belly's asking her about Paris because like Lacey like had just got back from Paris.
Yep.
And you know, she's being bitchy and being very short with her, and Jeremiah's like, let's go get a drink, like let's go, like So yeah,
I think Lacey would have kept talking to her normally, and maybe they would have been fine if Jeremiah didn't pull her away.
100%.
Because what else do you do as Lacey? But at the same time, like, she's guilty. You know, she's so guilty.
Yep. So then, Belly's in the bathroom getting ready. She hears girls talking outside the bathroom door, talking about how hot Jeremiah is, and she's like smiling, like, oh yeah, like I got the hot boyfriend.
My man's hot.
And then she hears those fateful words, I can't believe you got to hook up with him.
Yep.
And Lacey goes, what happens in Cabo stays in Cabo, which is like verbatim what happens in the book.
In the book, yeah, of course.
And sick to my stomach. It's just like such a classic, like,
that feeling.
That's the worst feeling in the world, you know, from going from the top of the world to just absolutely rock bottom in the span of 2 seconds.
And hearing something you weren't supposed to hear. Like, it's not like you know, you're overhearing something.
But what I think is they definitely knew she was in there.
Do you think based on her I thought that Lacey
because they like knock on the door and she was like, I'm in here.
True, but I don't know if I would recognize. I wouldn't recognize a voice like that.
Right, that's
like
true.
in the middle of a party. You know?
Yeah.
However, I mean, maybe that would be so malicious if
Yeah.
they knew that she was in there. That would take it to like another level, you know, Mean Girl wise. But I wonder. They just looked super surprised and genuinely like, oh fuck, when
Yeah.
she walked out.
That's true.
Good acting, maybe.
So then she runs downstairs, finds Jeremiah, and she's like, "Did you hook up with Lacey Barone and Cabo?" Jeremiah's like, "Fuck." They run outside.
So guilty, all over his face.
Yep.
I'm glad he didn't lie.
Yeah.
That would have made it worse.
Would have made it 10 times worse.
I mean, he lied by not telling her to begin with.
Right.
But
Right.
in that moment, called out, if he had been like, no, that's crazy, I would have been like, fuck you forever. Like,
Yeah.
Actually.
100%. They basically like have this argument. She's like asking like, "I can't believe you would do this," blah blah. She pukes. She, you know, gets sick, whatever, stands back up. She's like, "How many times did it happen?" He says, "Oh no." She gets like, what happened,
Yeah,
whatever.
What'd you do?
He said, "We had sex." She slaps the shit out of him. She says, "Fuck you."
Yep.
She says, "You know, I've only been with one other person." He's like, obviously they're talking about Conrad.
Which also his face. And
his face.
I mean, I can't lie and be like, it's just another time where we got to bring up Conrad. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that does suck for Jeremiah. Like, but then I just feel like, sorry, there's a fire happening.
Yeah.
I just feel like this cloud of Conrad.
He'll never.
Why are they dating?
Yeah.
Why are they dating at this point?
yeah.
Like, if not everybody's over it, Jeremiah's clearly not.
He's not over it either. And it was so evident in season 1 and 2, and especially season 2, by the end of it, he's constantly being like, there will always be something between you and Conrad. You and Conrad have this undeniable connection. You and Conrad. And he still feels that way, even though he's dating this girl. And it's like, how could you date someone knowing deep down inside that they're in love with somebody else?
Yeah.
So, and you can read it all over his face when she says, you know, I've only been with one other person. And it just kind of, then slowly you hear "You're Losing Me" by Taylor Swift come on.
Well, yeah, Belly pukes.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
you're good.
I must have just been zoning.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
She pukes and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she slaps him.
And then slaps.
Yeah.
And then she starts to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of like, you'll never trust me again. Like, I'll never trust you again. Like, we're done. I can never talk to you again. Whatever. And then she just starts running. So "You're Losing Me."
She do be loving to run.
Yeah.
She's always running around.
She's always running.
Stop. You're
You're losing me.
Stop.
You're losing me.
Stop.
You're losing me. I can't find a pulse. My heart won't start anymore. Yeah, like such a
So
great
good.
song
Chills.
choice for that part.
Chills. And it was crazy too because I think earlier in the episode there was maybe a flashback or a conversation or something where she literally said like, "You'll never lose me" or something. Like she said, it might not have been exactly that, but it was something along the lines of like, "You won't lose me," or "I'm not going anywhere,"
Right.
or whatever. To then have "Stop, you're losing me." Like that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the unforgivable moment. I don't even know. I mean, I think she reacted completely fairly. I think that it was almost tame. I think I would have murdered him on the front line. Like, I think I would have killed him.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. I can't believe that you would do this.
No, like
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, especially just, he's having a hard time and he's letting Belly be, he's letting her be, coddle him in his crying moments of "I'm not graduating on time" and whatever. Meanwhile,
and
he's planning last minute trips to Cabo and fucking Lucy Barone.
Yeah, right.
It's like enough. Or Lacey Barone.
And
sorry.
I feel like after his mom passed away, like he kind of uses Belly as like his mom.
He 100 billion fucking %.
Yeah.
So later on, I think it might be episode 2. But he has a conversation with his friend, his like frat boy friend, and says like, "Belly has been the center of my world since my mom died." And in my head, I was like, "Well, that's unhealthy."
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Right. You just replaced or you filled that hole of grief with your girlfriend, and
he always uses his mom's. He used his mom's cancer against her in season 2, and now he uses his mom's death against her.
And I think too that Belly has that feeling of like even her being like, "I can't go to Paris because Jeremiah is going to be here. I need to be here for him."
Yeah.
It's like, girl, think about your fucking.
Yeah.
It's time to think about yourself.
Yeah.
You're grieving too. You went through it too. He needs to find his own way. Like how's he going to live the rest of his life if you don't let him experience a few things? It's like a little bit bad on both sides.
Yeah.
But okay, is that episode
Yep.
1?
So that's episode 1. Ends off with her running away from Jeremiah to "You're Losing Me" by Taylor Swift. And episode 2 starts off with "Lacey" by Olivia Rodrigo.
Perfect choice.
Perfect choice.
I literally like whooped in the air, like fist
A
bump.
lot of
So happy they played that song.
tweets throughout the, before the season started, of people being like, if they don't use "Lacey" by Olivia Rodrigo, that's like just the biggest missed opportunity.
Gotta use
so
it.
very glad that they ended up doing that.
It was fun for me because I didn't know about this girl named Lacey going to be in it, and then the surprise of Lacey, I was like, this is wow.
Right.
I just chef's kiss. Love it, love it, love it.
Yep. So it kind of starts off with a little bit of flashback of the fight that Jeremiah and Belly had before spring break. They're sitting down in the dorm room. Belly sees an email come up on Jeremiah's screen that says like, your trip to Cabo is soon. She's like, what the hell? Like you have a trip to Cabo. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I thought you were gonna like hang out with your dad more. He's like, don't guilt me about like my family. Like my mom died, blah, blah, blah. So they get into like this argument about how he's like prioritizing his frat bros and drinking, whatever. And
Which the whole like last second Cabo trip, like it doesn't really make sense to me. Like what was the catalyst for him like suddenly being so, I'm going to go on. Like, do you think it was like, I don't want to miss this trip with my friends?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
like, he said that Belly wasn't going to be here. She had other plans or something like that. So he was like, oh, it's like a sorority. Well, she's like, oh, it's like a boys trip. And he's like, no, girls are going to be there.
Yeah. And
she's like, oh, so just no girlfriends?
No girlfriends.
Yeah.
Which again, anybody red flag. Anyone who's been in college with a boyfriend or has been maybe either in a sorority or on the outside of a sorority, or a fraternity, whatever, that these sorority fraternity trips where it's all the people, whatever, girlfriends aren't invited or welcome or whatever. It's very cliquey. It becomes, especially when you're seniors. It's like, we're seniors, like no juniors, no this, no that. And it like is a bizarre thing. And I actually was surprised to see that in this show because I do feel like there are other moments of the show that have been extremely progressive in a way that I was like, oh, that wouldn't have flown when I was in college. You know what I mean? Like number one being Belly wearing the letters, but also like the Jeremiah having that conversation with his friend talking about having a boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend or whatever. I was like, and then also Taylor on the phone with her mom. I don't know which episode that's in.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Steven and her trying to give her advice and Taylor being like, take your 90s ass advice somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh damn, that would literally be the advice I would give.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
How awkward for me. But yeah, so I just in my head was like, oh yeah, these people are more progressive than like it's set present day. It's not set in like the 90s or the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
So after that, Jeremiah's like, let's just end it. And Belly's like, okay, yeah, awesome, whatever, bye. And he walks out and they don't talk to each other for a week.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, so, and then it goes to this scene where Jeremiah's like with that kid Redbird in their frat house and they're like wondering how Jeremiah can get her back, blah, blah, blah. And then it jumps into a flashback scene because Belly's like, well, Jeremiah has a secret, but so do I.
Right.
And the secret is that she was with Conrad during Christmas time, just for like 24 hours. Nothing happened. Nothing went down. In Cousins. It just shows like a little snippet of a flashback of her like eating chocolate in the cousin's house, and Conrad's knocking on the door and she opens the door and he's like, hey, and she's like, hey. And
that's the famous moment where the loving him is red in the promo.
Yep. And then it goes back to now, and it's a conversation between Belly and Jeremiah, and Jeremiah tells her that he slept with her twice.
Yep.
And he falls to his knees.
Yep.
And
on the outside.
Yep.
Belly's getting her shit together for Paris. She's getting her passport ready, getting her passport picture taken, which I'm sure that will be. She looks like death in that
she
photo.
looks terrible.
So I'm sure that will come up later on.
Yeah.
But she tries talking to her mom on the way, or she talks to her mom on the way looking for her birth certificate or something, and her mom is on the phone with her, and she's so excited about Paris for her, but is like confused, it seems, as to why Belly isn't as excited. Immediately asks, how does Jared feel about it? And Belly's like, I gotta go. So Belly hasn't told her mom about this like cheating revelation at all.
Yeah.
Or anybody but Taylor. She's only told Taylor. Not even Steven, I don't think, right? I don't think Steven knows yet either.
No, I don't think Steven knows.
No one knows except for Taylor.
Taylor,
so, And Taylor only knows because
Lacey's in her sorority.
Lacey's in her sorority. And Taylor was like showing up at her dorm, trying to bring her breakfast, trying to talk to her, feels guilty by association. But I actually don't think that Belly was ignoring Taylor, thinking that she like knew, and you know what I mean? Like, I think she was just ignoring everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think she thought that extra step.
No, yeah,
into
yeah.
like, well, she's in Taylor's sorority and Taylor knew, and so she betrayed me as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that she felt that way about Taylor. I think she was just ignoring everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeremiah's dropping to his knees.
She says, you were supposed to be the one person who would never hurt me, and now you hurt me the most.
Yep.
Damn!
Isn't that always the case?
Yeah.
It's literally every time. I feel bad about that, but I do feel like that happens all the time. Like,
and I feel like Jeremiah's just been so self-pitying, like, this entire time, just constantly being like, woe is me, like, I can never do anything right, like, blah, blah, blah.
Here's a question for you, G. And again, I'm just here being the devil's advocate,
Of
literally.
course.
Do we have space for the possibility that Jeremiah really did think they were broken up? Because that conversation that they had later, and I hate it. It's very Ross and Rachel. We were on a break.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Even when he said that we were broken up, I was like, all right, Ross, chill.
Yeah.
And yes, he hooked up with some girl on spring break 5 minutes after he and Belly had this fight that he instigated, and the breakup, the quote unquote breakup that he instigated. Like, he lashed out, got mad. To me, it seemed like he wanted to quote unquote break up with Belly so he could have a week of, I'm going to get drunk and have no responsibility and do whatever I want.
Totally.
And if that includes hooking up with somebody, it includes hooking up with someone. However, I do believe that if they had that conversation, he's basically in tears, storming out of her room, and then they don't speak for a week. No text from her either. That's tough. What do you? I kind of feel like, all right, we're clearly not talking. Something bad's going on. Would I then jump to hook up with someone? Probably not. But Jeremiah's a man, and every man, it's like if they're crying, they have to find a hole to stick their dick in. Like, that's literally it, and that's facts. And so, what do we think? What do we think about that?
Yeah,
Did we expect too much from Jeremiah?
I guess I do understand, because he was like, we should just end it. And she's like, yeah, okay. So, like, that's breaking up.
Yeah.
But, like, he ended things. So then to, like, turn around and, like, hook up with this girl is, like, just so lame. Yeah, I don't think. It's
lame as fuck for sure. But is it cheating?
Cheating?
I'm
yeah,
not sure
I guess you can't really qualify it as cheating. But it's just not the mature or right move at all.
Agreed. It's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Disrespectful.
And disrespectful not only to Belly, but to their relationship and their friendship and everything, all the trust.
And, like,
if
you're supposed to be soulmates, you're supposed to be this, and that. Like, you're not turning to the closest girl and going to Cabo by yourself and gallivanting.
Completely. I also wonder, Belly brings up the fact that she's only been with one other person, Conrad, blah, blah, blah. But Jeremiah, that's not the case for Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a bit of a playboy.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah, and they cement that in season 1 and 2. They're like, he hooks up with a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
So it also kind of brings me to, are we surprised that this happened after he instigates this big breakup or whatever?
Yep.
What also made me start to think a little bit about, like, the gray area of the situation is him coming back from Cabo and also being in tears and being like, Belly, I fucked up, and like almost telling her what happened and then deciding not to. Yeah. What do we think about that?
That, I think, makes it 10 times worse.
I think so too. He should have told her.
He
was right there. He was
right there. And, she was being so sweet and like so like understanding and so nice, and like
it would have hurt her.
But it would have hurt. I think it hurts more hiding it.
Yes.
Than it does.
And they
really
were so
acting
close.
normal like this entire time. Like,
totally. It seems like it would have been a couple months, right?
Yeah,
for
sure.
Spring break and whatever, and then he was about to graduate.
Yeah.
So probably like 2 or 3 months he's been like hiding this big secret. But in the moment where he's like, Belly, I thought we were broken up. Like, he literally started to say it and then selfishly chose not to, because, again, she was always going to find that out.
Yeah.
And especially with people around.
Yeah.
And the girl in question is literally on campus still, and you're going to the same parties, and she's there, and her friends are there, and she's in the sorority that Taylor's in. Like, it was always going to come out.
Yeah.
But choosing to prolong it and hurt her later and have her find out in the way that she did versus directly from Jeremiah and have that mature conversation, which they did end up having, should have happened right in the moment.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So then after, the whole you hurt me the most, but Jeremiah drops to his knees. Belly reveals that she has a secret too. Over winter break, she was at the cousin's house at the beach house, and she was surprised when Conrad was there. His plane got canceled. He was supposed to go fly meet Jeremiah and his dad. And basically he's there. She thinks he's going to leave in the morning. Come to find out that he is still there. She slips and she falls. She hurts herself. She's like stuck on the floor. He comes down.
Which that fall, it's just so Belly. Like, I don't know if I like Belly, if I'm being honest. Like, I feel like I need to convince myself to like her a lot of times.
I think a lot of people are in the same. Yeah, she's
not my kind of girl.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%.
And I appreciate her struggle. I appreciate what she's going through. I understand it's a difficult time, but I think that there's a lot of immature elements to Belly.
Oh, 100%.
Like, more than Jeremiah. If I'm
Yeah,
being real,
and she prioritizes boys way too much.
She's so boy crazy.
Yeah.
It's just not my steez, and I just don't like girls like that. I think it's you're wasting your own time.
Yeah.
Be independent.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So she falls. Conrad has like the classic, the wet hair. You look so romantic with wet hair.
His hair, he's like permanent wet hair since Belly said
that.
Oh,
so cute.
And his cute little sweater and shirt. I loved his outfit.
Oh,
he is so handsome.
So
obviously,
handsome.
That actor.
So he picks her up, puts her down on the couch. Very cute. And, Belly kind of realizes that a piece of her will always love Conrad. And Jeremiah and, they kind of spend the whole day together, doing separate things, but together. And at night, Jeremiah calls her, and they have this, like, they're looking at each other while she's on the phone with Jeremiah, and, like, you could just feel the tension.
You can tell that she is wondering whether or not she should mention that he's there. Like, it's very clear. And then she starts to, but then luckily it's like, oh, you're blah, 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 you're breaking up. Whoops. Like she gets to hang up and not say anything.
Yeah. Which I think says a lot. That she doesn't want to tell Jeremiah that he's there.
Gia, why did Conrad pick her up off the floor? No need for that. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Because she was hurt.
No, she was not. She was literally milking it and being like, meow, meow. And he even says, like, you're bad with pain, whatever. In fact, picking her up off the ground in the way that she did would have hurt her shoulder more than it was already hurt, and her back. Like, that's all I could focus on.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like, and I'm not saying that, obviously they still have a thing, they still have chemistry, whatever. But I think that Conrad, that was shitty by Conrad. Like, shitty. He knows that she's dating Jeremiah. He knows if he's sticking, upholding his good guy vibe of like, they're happy, I'll let them be.
Yeah.
Swooping in and romantically picking her up off the floor and laying her on the couch and whatever. Like, that's
he's a doctor. He wanted to help her.
That's the guys. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, listen,
he's guilty too. He's guilty too.
Yeah, true. No, if they're all cheating at this point,
why
can't Conrad and Belly cheat too?
Exactly. But again, we just have to remember,
totally.
Conrad's not a saint either. That was a fucked up thing to do to Jer.
Conrad definitely, his feelings are still very much there, and I think he can't help himself. Like,
he can't help himself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do the same thing,
For sure.
I wouldn't want the same thing.
Right.
But I am saying that I can't sit here and shit on Jeremiah and not bring that up about Conrad as well.
Right.
Just to be fair.
So yes, that I think that's a big part that's revealed after that whole pickup scene, whatever. That she says, like, a little piece of her will always love Conrad.
Totally.
And
she
then
knew.
Yeah, and then goes to a scene between Jeremiah and Taylor. It's a scene that I really respect Taylor at, where Jeremiah's like going to see if he can talk to Belly. Taylor's like, fuck you. Like, not only are you in trouble, but I'm in trouble. I'm guilty by association. And this is funny. She calls him a scummy little hot tub cheater who offered Belly a cheap ass puka shell bracelet, which was so funny.
Wait, I thought
the same thing when he gave her that bracelet. I was like, he bought that from a man on the beach for $5.
No, I literally I went a step further. My notes, I said, no way he actually got that bracelet for her. Like, in my head, I was like, that bitch, Lacey, what's her face, Barone, left that bracelet in the room, and he's like, I gotta get rid of this. I might as well give it to my girlfriend.
Or he
like, I went that far.
Or at the Cabo airport or something,
Completely.
like last minute, like
Completely.
such bullshit.
They also played at one point, before we get too far, they played Ariana Grande. What they play? Twilight Zone?
yeah.
Or they played Past Life, maybe?
The one that's like,
One of her new.
Yeah, maybe it was Twilight Zone.
I think it was Twilight Zone. Yeah. And I was losing my fucking mind. I love that song. And
oh my
it was,
God.
like,
And you
perfect
know what they
timing.
also did? I don't know if I think they showed it during, but fucking Mystery of Love by Sufjan
Oh, that's
Stevens.
later. Oh, I have that right here. Oh my God,
Yeah.
Sufjan Stevens.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
All the Call Me By Your Name stands stand up.
No,
hands in the
seriously.
air. Holy
That
fuck.
was like one of the best choices.
Oh, and you know what? That was after. That was, I think, when they were in Cousins, her and
Yeah,
Conrad,
yeah.
right? Because I have
During, like,
why is Conrad carrying Belly to the couch? And then I have, oh my God, Sufjan Stevens.
Yeah. It definitely was, I think, when he's
Their montage.
Yeah, I said, oh my
right?
God,
Of them,
Mystery of
like-
Love, are you kidding? When they're like kind of just doing things together but separately throughout the house together.
Yep.
Also a scene that I forgot, but when Conrad and Belly are in the house together and he goes, I could start a fire, and it cuts to them like kissing when she lost her
The
virginity.
flashback. Yeah.
And they both are like, maybe not.
He goes, or not. That's actually a little late for a fire.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
amazing.
God, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I like that too. And I would have been like, start the fire.
Oh yeah.
I would have
baby,
cheated. Like
start
if
the fire.
Conrad was at the house, like I'm dating Jeremiah, whatever, I probably would have cheated on Jeremiah. Like that.
Oh my God.
So snaps for Belly in that way for not actually doing anything, because I don't know if I would have had the same kind of self control.
And also when Conrad leaves, he leaves the crossword puzzle open for her with a note that says, Merry Christmas, Belly. It was good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
The camera pans down to the one part that he hasn't filled out yet, and it's a novel by Jenny Han. P.S. I blank love you.
Mm-hmm.
And she fills in still.
Right.
Oh!
Another Jenny Han Easter egg. Yeah, that gave me chills, that part. I was
That
like,
gave
this
me
motherfucker.
chills so
like, I literally can't believe
and
that.
it kind of looks like he like erased still, and like so she could like write it in. Oh my God. And what a good Easter egg by Jenny Han. Like,
great Easter
way
egg.
to bring in the other book, the other stories, the Peter Kavinsky of it all, and then then to have it, oh, I still love you.
That was an amazing moment.
Really good scene. Yeah,
I
really
loved
good
that.
moment.
Very romantic, very sweet. But again, crossing the line for sure. But I think like it's very clear that
it's like, how is he supposed to get
just getting whatever he can.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? And he's like, if this crumb, like, and probably in Conrad's mind, like, Belly has moved on totally.
Mm-hmm.
So these little things that Conrad's doing, like, he probably doesn't even think it's registering for Belly. Like, he maybe did that and was like, she may get this or she may not, and she may just move on and call my brother. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? But but I love someone with thought like that.
He's yearning.
That's
He's
very
yearning
thoughtful.
hard.
He really is yearning hard. And so then Steven's accident. Steven gets in a car accident.
Steven and Taylor get into a fight in the car.
Yep.
She basically tells him that it'll never work. That they'll just never be able to be together. And she's like, I need to get out of this car. Oh, Steven also tells Taylor that he loves her and that he broke up with his girlfriend and that he wants a fresh start with her. She says will never work. She wants out of the car. He drops her off, and like as he's like doing a K-turn, he gets T-boned.
Yes.
And
which,
I was like,
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that was all. Well, they were on the highway and Taylor was screaming like, let me out, let me out, let me out. And he's like, Jesus Christ, okay, I'll pull over. Like, not a good spot to pull over.
Yeah.
So I do kind of understand, I guess, how that happened. But I do think that Steven means well. Like, I've never once thought like Steven is a dickhead or Steven's
No,
whatever.
I agree,
Like, he knows what he wants. And he loves Taylor, and he's always fucking loved Taylor. And I think that he went out of his way. He broke up with his girlfriend. He thought about it. He was like, Taylor, let's go to dinner. He knows nothing that's going on still. Like, he doesn't know about the Jeremiah stuff. He doesn't know about Belly in Paris. He doesn't know about anything. The cheating or Jeremiah not graduating. No, he knows about not graduating. But, and he knows about Paris too. Sorry. I feel like I'm scattered. Watching 2 episodes at once is hard.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, he doesn't know about the Jeremiah cheating thing yet. Yeah. So he's blowing up Taylor's spot, trying to get her to go to dinner. Taylor's dealing with Belly, and she's stressed out about the friendship. So he picks her up for dinner, and obviously Taylor still has a boyfriend, Davis. And I think that in that moment with all that stress, there was no way that Taylor was going to respond to Steven's actions of breaking up with his girlfriend and confessing his love.
And I also...
so I feel bad for Steven in that way.
Yeah, and Belly made Taylor feel pretty guilty for doing the whole cheating thing because, after she finds out about Jeremiah, she kind of like says to Taylor, like, what's the difference between you and Steven?
Yeah.
So then after the accident, they're in the hospital. Belly's freaking out, obviously. They're both and Taylor as well. They can't get a hold of Laurel and the dad because they're fucking at some fucking conference.
They're at a conference. They're in like a
drinking wine.
Yeah, drinking wine in like a gym.
Yeah,
and
being
making
irresponsible as Laurel tends to be sometimes. But listen, she's it's her first time on Earth too.
But also too, to be honest, like those kids, they barely have drama. Like they have drama like once a year.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
What, she's just gonna sit by the phone every day? Like,
no,
she has
true.
one,
like she has a life.
One crazy night, one life. She's hooking up with her ex-husband. She thinks it's all great, and then Steven gets in a car accident. Like, that sucks. Timing sucks.
While this all goes down, this is Conrad's first day with Dr. Namazi, the very tough doctor that we mentioned earlier. And, he's not really doing too well. He's stuttering. He's not doing too hot. And
he's fucking up.
He finds out about the accident. Taylor calls him. He asks if Steven's okay. He asks if Belly's okay. And he asks Dr. Namazi if she can put in a call at Providence General to see if anyone can help him with his friend.
Crazy request on day one.
Crazy request. And then she asks him if he needs the day off, and he says no. He says that he's fine because he doesn't want to be fired on the first day.
Yep.
Turns out this whole thing distracts him so much that he gets in trouble because he mislabels a blood sample and he gets fired anyways.
Yep.
She says, you can apply again next year, but sorry, you're clearly I
you're
gave
not
you
ready
the
for
opportunity to leave. You didn't take it, and this could have caused really bad problems, whatever.
Absolutely. And I honestly stand by her decision.
No, 100%.
It's right. He should have left when that happened. It's too serious of a thing. He can't be on his phone, distracted, whatever, literally on day one. Like it was, and that's really unfortunate for Conrad because this is something that he wanted really bad. It's something that he tried to get and he got it. And then, of course, he's got to, in my head, he's putting in a good word for Steven, but he more so is doing it because he wants Belly to know that he did, and that also is annoying. Yeah.
And this further, I think Agnes says this later, but it just proves the point of Agnes's point that he's never going to be able to do anything if he doesn't let his feelings get in the way, and he's never going to be able to move on or move forward or whatever if he doesn't tackle these feelings head on.
Absolutely.
And the more he pushes it down, the more problems he's going to cause in his life.
Yep.
So they get the good doctor sent to them. Belly finds out that it's from Conrad. The swelling's down. Steven's okay.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Taylor tells Belly that life is too short.
I know.
You should forgive Jeremiah, blah blah blah. But you obviously have to make him beg, but you guys love each other, and if you can make it work, you can make it work.
Which is totally Taylor projecting because she just was low key. Not I wouldn't blame her and say she's the cause of the accident, but it certainly was very intertwined with drama that she had. She's being deflective when it comes to showing her emotions, and she's afraid of being in love with Steven and whatever and blah blah blah. And so I think that this was her moment of clarity of I need to stop fucking around. I love him. He almost just died. And now I'm just gonna tell everybody around don't waste time if you love them, and so I think that was just unfortunate timing for her to realize that in the middle of Jeremiah totally not being just being a piece of shit.
So, as you said, Taylor tells Steven that she feels the same way, that she's ready to make it work. She takes back what she has said in the car, she's super sorry, whatever. And Steven kind of hits her with actually, you're right. We won't work.
Did she ever get the chance? Maybe I missed this. Did she get the chance to say those things?
Yeah, in the hospital. She's like, I want to make it work, whatever. And he's like, no, you're right. Or she is about to. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because in my head I was
she's about to, and he's kind of cuts her off.
And he's pissed. He
he's
wakes
pissed.
up mad at her and is like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
He's mad about it. She's had all this time to come to this realization that he is what she wants, and she immediately goes back to her old tricks and just recoils and is like, all right, fine, whatever. And just kind of lets it go, which is just we thought you learned your lesson, Taylor. What the hell? So.
Yep. So then after that, after that whole conversation between her and Belly and Taylor saying, make it work with Jeremiah, blah, blah, blah. Belly goes to wake up Jeremiah, who's been in the hospital all night long, just not talking to her or anything, but just he's there. He apologizes for not telling her about Lacey, and Belly apologizes too for some reason about I guess starting a fight before spring break, whatever.
But also she didn't really start a fight. She was asking legitimate questions. That is really where Jeremiah was looking for that fight. That is I think that's his guiltiest moment. Well, no, he's guilty obviously for fucking Lacey Barone, but he was so guilty of creating that fight.
Yeah.
And using it as the catalyst to like dump Belly so he could go on this Cabo trip. Like that is like, I don't think that she needed to apologize for anything.
100%.
Her questions were valid. I think that he was being shady and sneaky and gaslighting her a little bit into thinking like, you're acting crazy for me wanting to last minute go on this trip. Yeah, I last minute bought a ticket, obviously. It's like, what? No, you never fucking mentioned this. Like,
that's a huge thing to not mention to your girlfriend.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Leaving the country. She was right. He's going to fucking Mexico and he just happens to mention it like an hour before he's leaving.
He didn't even mention it. She saw the email.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
So then they're kind of like having this reconciliation. You know, he says that he cried in the shower every day after it happened, blah,
he was
blah,
drunk
blah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Blah. We know.
So then, you know, he promises he'll never hurt her again, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, would you marry me? Well, first he says, would you? And she goes, yes. And he goes like, you don't even know what I'm going to say. And she's like, we read each other's mind, whatever. And he says, will you marry me? And she says, yes. And then it ends with them like with a Benson Boone song in the background, of course. And
I said that proposal was so whack. That's all I said.
And then the episode ends with right at the end of that proposal, not even a ring, doesn't even get down on one knee.
Can I tell you, there is nothing I expected less than a proposal right there. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no ring, no. It was like a...
TJ was like, how much more absurd can this show get? I'm like, oh, just you wait.
That was the craziest shit. That was the equivalent to me of like you know, putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Like, okay, like when people are like, they're about to get divorced, but they get pregnant instead. Like, that's what that was.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that was...
He's taking advantage of her in a vulnerable moment.
Crazy.
You know, when emotions are high and you're feeling like anything could end at any moment and life's too short and all this stuff, he's just taking advantage of that moment. And like exactly like you said, like it just doesn't make any sense for that to be the solution to your issues.
No.
You don't go from cheating to getting engaged. You work on your relationship for years.
Yeah. And also they're both a junior and a senior in college. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? What's
crazy.
The rush with this?
It's crazy.
Like, what's happening here? I mean, it was nuts. And I do, it's very manic of Jeremiah. Like, I think that's, I believe that he took advantage of the situation. I also think that he's just acting on a whim. Like, he doesn't think about anything before he does it. He doesn't think about anything or anyone. Yeah. And that is pretty clear. So far this season in the first 2 episodes. But I think...
Yeah, I was very curious how people would take the engagement of it all.
The dumbest shit I've ever... I scoffed at the screen. I said, you got to be kidding me. And then when I saw Benson Boone playing at the bottom, I said, oh my fucking God. Poor Benson Boone.
Of course, Benson Boone.
Poor Benson Boone. But what a nightmare. What a nightmare scenario. I don't love it. I think that this is, you know, I don't know what kind of time jump we'll get next. I have a feeling it'll probably be significant because if she's... Oh, well, no, maybe not. If they're engaged right now, like that was another thing I thought about when we were seeing the previews and stuff. She's wearing a wedding dress, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, they must jump like 10 years before that happens. Oh, no, joke's on us. Yeah. She's 21 and married. Like, what do you mean? This is crazy. So who knows? Is this wedding going to happen at this fucking memorial? Like, I don't know. Like, those are the questions I'm left with. It does seem as if they're now all going to the memorial or the dedication. Conrad never told Jeremiah that he wasn't coming. He did. I forgot if we said that. He called him with the intention of letting him know. Then he heard all the stuff about the college and then how his dad was, you know, shitting on Jeremiah, and Jeremiah right off the bat was like, Conrad, I need you to write this thing. Like, I can't write it. I'm going through too much right now. And Conrad basically took it on his back and said, okay. And so it sounds like he's going. Yeah. You know, and that all...
Well, he did get fired.
And he got fired anyway.
Right. So he can go now, I guess.
He can definitely go. Yeah. So we shall see.
We shall see. Very good first 2 episodes. Like,
first 2.
Both, you know, left on the perfect cliffhangers to keep you wanting more. And yeah, I'm already super invested. I'm very excited for Wednesday. How do you feel now being Team Jeremiah?
So I'm significantly less Team Jeremiah, but I think I am less... It's not so much that I'm like, fuck Jeremiah. It's more so like all these people need to go to therapy. You know, it's like all these people need help and they're acting crazy. Yeah. Like, everyone's acting nuts. Belly included. Belly's 100%. Crazy, but I do think that he wronged her in a way that personally, I could never forgive.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to watch her try to navigate that as you know, she's someone with trust issues to begin with. Who knows how that's gonna go?
It just gets crazier and crazier.
It also makes me upset that he's just such a. I did not expect Jeremiah to be such a fucking cliche. He's gonna hook up with the friend sorority.
Right.
At Cabo Spring Break. Like, get a grip, Stephen Coletti. Like, oh my god, please.
Totally. It is.
Stop dancing on the bar, slut. Like, that's literally Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ugh.
Yeah, it's
Over
it's
it.
unfortunate.
Gave me the ick for sure. A little
Yeah,
bit.
and it just gets crazier and crazier. So very excited to watch it all unfold.
Me too. We'll lock in for next week. Looking forward to it. They will stay on our Thursday episodes now that we know it comes out Wednesday. It'll be easy to do that. So can't wait to keep recapping. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being cool with the episode coming out a little bit later than usual. Hopefully you enjoyed. This is a long recap.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they'll be with one episode moving forward, but we'll see. Long recap, long good episode. Thank you as always for everybody for making our first week back the best it could possibly be.
Thanks guys so much.
Yay! And we will see you guys on Tuesday.
Love you guys.